Good evening and welcome to tonight's episode of Break Even Sports, our supplemental show where we talk about all of our other sports that we don't really get to talk about here with soccer, FCS, and well, we'll say Formula One, but you see, it's only three of us here.
Well, there was some cool stuff on Formula One Saturday and Sunday. I didn't watch the race Sunday, but the sprint on Saturday was pretty interesting. But we don't have to talk too much about it.
Yeah,
But it was
I was
cool.
actually aware of Formula One stuff going on this weekend, so that's like a huge win for Ed, I guess.
Well, we'll get to my story about my viewing on Saturday for the Bundesliga. But they were sitting there, and all of a sudden I turned around and they're setting the other TV. I had the TV to my left with the soccer, and all of a sudden I see somebody changing channels. I look up and they're putting F1 to my right. I'm like, what in the world? I'm watching German soccer league and F1 racing, and life was good. I had
The
a
only
big ass beer.
the only thing you needed was like a Furman or Citadel game, and you would have had the complete break even experience.
Well, yeah, I will say this: the guys watching or the group that I was there to kind of meet up with. They were a mix of Carolina and Clemson one, but they did have an iPad on the table with the South Carolina Oklahoma game on. So I wasn't much paying attention, except that I kind of see the score every once in a while. But yeah,
I
that
wonder
was a
how long that took before it got turned off.
no, they kept it on. They were gluttons for punishment, I think.
So we'll talk about that on Tuesday for sure. But
Sure.
I was kind of wondering going into tonight if we were going to have a lot of stuff to talk about with FCS and soccer. And yes, after looking at everything, we do, including some controversy that me and Donnie pointed out that involved a article being retracted and not corrected at all. So we'll see what that's about. Now, before we begin, I'm going to go ahead and put a disclaimer. You guys know there's apparently a significant sporting event going on tonight that is going to distract a few of us in this chat. So we'll try to pay attention. And yes, I am talking about WWE Raw, which is what I'm watching.
Exactly.
Well, I've got to know what the breakdown of the vision is all about.
Oh, it's well, the without going too much spoil, the title's now vacant.
Oh, wait a second. Do we have breaking news?
We have breaker in news, yes. So the title is now vacant. Seth Rollins has abdicated the title because of injury. So they're going to do
the shoulder's real. The shoulder is
the shoulder is real. So, but we're not going to get into that much. We'll talk about other stuff first. We're going to start with soccer, and if Ed was here, I would say 3 out of the 4 of us had really good days. But really, all 3 of us had really good days.
Yes.
Really good results in general. Patrick with the 2-0 win against Forest that ended up getting a coach fired. Although you also had to keep your red card streak going. What was that about?
Well, it's par for the course at this point. And it's not even like kept to the players. It's also our manager. Luckily, most of them have not come at time. They come when the result has already, almost been assured. But it does make like future fixtures very, very tough. I actually think Malo Gusto is probably addition by subtraction because he was really, really poor on Saturday. But I do think that that it's going to be a selection headache for Sunderland at the weekend. I mean, obviously we have Ajax before that, but good result this weekend. I mean, I'm not going to get too excited because it was Forest, but yeah, it was a good result. I mean, and some of the other results at the weekend were really helpful. So take any win that we can get. I mean, we've obviously lost some games that we shouldn't have lost. So, or drop points rather that we shouldn't have dropped. So it was good to go. It was good to go to the city ground and get 3 points. And Ange, as we'll get into, only lasted 39 days, but yeah, that's a shame.
I'm honestly shocked it took 39, but we'll talk about that further. As for the rest of the crew, Ed said's not here. The last message I got for him was fucking Aston Villa, and then he just didn't show up, so I don't know what that's about. He may come on later. I'm not sure about. And Eric hates the sports that we talk about, so Mr.
No.
Prophet will not be here.
Yeah, Eric's not a Monday night guy.
Well, when Ed gets on, it's going to spur some conversation, though, right?
Of
Oh,
course.
yeah. We'll definitely spur some stuff, conversation for sure. As for my
A little
soccer,
tit for Tottenham.
Ooh, I like that.
as for my soccer weekend, had the big derby with Kaiserslautern and Karlsruhe, and man, when Karlsruhe scored the goal at 2-2 to tie it up, I was thinking those are 3 points gone, or those are 2 points gone.
Well,
But
especially
man,
losing it as late as they did.
Marlon Ritter in stoppage time, 3-2 goal. I lost my shit as much as I can at 7:00 in the morning on a Saturday. So my day definitely started out well. But Donnie, your day is probably the more interesting to go over with with basically the events of your game, and then also your experience that you had with your first this is your first Bundesliga game.
Well, yes. Although I will, full transparency, when I got up for first thing Saturday morning, rather than watching the NFL game day or anything like that, I took in the Munster Dynamo Bundesliga 2 game. Rhonda's like, boy, we're just going all soccer right now. I'm like, yes, I am. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to check this game out. And that ended up being an actual pretty damn good game.
I'm going to be honest with you. You were probably the first person I've met who ever said that their first Bundesliga experience game involved Dynamo Dresden. So, I mean, take pride in that.
Yeah, that was that was a really good match there. I mean, it was fantastic. Oh, all right, Polly.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
we'll have
great.
to hear about. You know what, Polly? Save that for tomorrow night so that the rest of the guys can
Yeah.
interact on that. So we don't hog all the attention here from that
But
information.
Polly, in all seriousness, my man,
Good for you.
happy for you. Happy for you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
great.
So what was funny? So anyway, I caught that game. It had already started, so I just finished watching that game up until it was time for Palace to play. And so I rolled right from that game, which ended up in a 2-2 tie there, or draw. Excuse me. Let me use a proper terminology.
The draw. Yeah.
A draw. And then Crystal started playing, which in the meantime, Patrick tried to trip me up. But thanks to Google, I was able to thwart his trip up about the other Munster game. I was like, "What is he talking about?" So I start looking for and I found the rugby, and I thwarted his attempt and made him
I was
proud.
so proud of you. I was so
But
proud of you.
I'm a guy of full transparency. I'm not going to take full credit. Thanks to Google, I was able to work around that one.
I
First
brought
off,
Munster and Leinster.
Yeah, Munster and Leinster. Yeah.
well, first off, Big Chupapi, glad you're here. Glad to able to join. Yeah, when he texted that, I was like, he's doing a bit, but he made me think. I was like, is he talking about like a Northern Ireland team? What's he doing? And then when he said rugby, I was like, oh, that's why I couldn't find anything.
Yeah. As soon as
Yeah.
I actually put those two names in, it brought me up to the rugby, and I looked, and I'm like, oh, that game's in Ireland, and it said 5:15 Eastern time. So I was like, oh, well, that's not till later tonight. So
Yep.
anyway, getting back to Crystal, man, that was a game that they gave away 2 points in my opinion. I mean, it was a good match.
It's funny you say give away 2 points because I felt like they really stole the point.
Well, they did. They did, but
did they play La Marseillaise before the game started, or what?
I mean, that basically broke down to whose Frenchman was better.
Yeah,
right.
Because I started singing "Allons enfants de la patrie."
I know that kid. And he's like 19 years old. He's in his first game, and I was like, "What the hell? Where'd he come from?" Which was good for him. It was good to see that kid play. I mean, he was balling.
Bournemouth does that though. They
Yeah.
find diamonds in the rough, or
Yeah.
they unearth like good players. And Iraola is a good manager. I don't, like he's one of the best managers in the Prem for me. And yeah, anyways.
I mean,
Yeah.
they got this guy from the second league in France. That's where he played last year, not the top league.
Right.
He was with Lorient. So I mean,
And
whoever their
Lorient,
scout Lorient,
yeah.
yeah, whoever their scouting manager is, like that guy deserves a raise.
Yeah, because
Well,
I mean he was like a spark out there for them. I mean, it seemed like all the other guys. Again, I haven't watched a whole lot of these guys. You have, but it just seemed like everybody else was kind of going in motion, and he was just like, he was just like on adrenaline, I guess, because it was his first
yeah.
Premier League game, just all over the place. And man, he was balling.
Yeah, I had to ask Virgil for a full scouting report on him because I hadn't seen him play. So Virgil had to give me a full breakdown on, on his history at Lorient. So
Yeah, I was kind of well, because when I was looking into him, because like I saw the brace, and I'm like, I don't know who this is. Like I have no recollection. Just pulling up his history, like my eyes just widened because like, how is he playing? I mean, how is he playing? A, he's playing the Premier League already, and B, this
yeah.
effective.
Well,
Right.
but I mean, we've seen in the past, it's become really popular to go to the French league to unearth some of these talents, right? I mean, it's
Right.
like N'Golo Kante was not playing at one of the top clubs in France when Leicester City brought him over. And Donnie, just for context, he was a player that won the Premier League in his first season for Leicester City, which was
Okay.
the first team that wasn't like one of your classic top six.
I remember when
Leicester
they
City
won
the
that and
title.
how big a deal that was. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then he moved to Chelsea, and he was arguably Chelsea's best player for like 5 years.
You could say that they're the Meowby of England.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Another big thing we'll talk
Listen,
about later.
I thought I was going to cry happy tears today. I honestly did.
I was following that on my Gamecast, and
I
they
have you
were
to thank for turning me on to that because I didn't even realize that they were top of the table until about 6 weeks ago, thanks to you. And I've been following it like a hawk since.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's definitely a nice surprise one. I think after they swept Malmo, and that Malmo was the last champion. It's like, okay, this team may be real.
well,
But
I mean, Malmo and Hammarby are normally the two teams that are up there or thereabouts.
Yeah, so big win for them. But we'll go and warn that one because I also need to talk about my search for this game because I was led astray and I was very disappointed in it. But we'll get to that later. But Donnie, let's go back to Palace.
So of course, Hakuna Matata. Sorry, bad joke. He was. I had to actually ask you what it would have been had he gotten that fourth goal, and you said it was. But he would have. He was close to a haul.
Yes.
He did have the hat trick, and he is literally kicking himself for that last one because there was nothing more wide open than that fourth shot on goal, and he just caught it with the top of his foot, and it went straight up over the goalpost.
I almost spilled my green tea all over me because I thought that was in. He had the position.
The world, you could look at that and pause it as he goes to kick it, and 99 out of 100 people will tell you that's a goal. So
he messed up his own song though, because I mean he shouldn't have gotten the hat trick because he could have said Hakuna Matata, what a wonderful brace.
Oh, see, that works.
Okay, all right. See, you're like over my head right now, but I'll get there.
Well, a brace is 2 goals.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like you'll hear someone say that they bagged a brace. It means that they scored 2 goals. Gotcha. However, whether that's a PK or whether that's a goal in open play.
But anyway, that ended up being a pretty good game. I'll take any points over no points, I guess, at this point. So I enjoyed that, and I was actually so my plan for Saturday was that, which I'm getting to here, is that I was going to go down to the local German beer garden brewery, which is Bierkeller Columbia, and it's a full proper German beer garden. So I'll let you answer that in a minute. Patrick.
Mm,
Watch the Blue Jays for a moment.
mhm.
But again, my plan was, as some people may know, some may not. I was trying to pick a Bundesliga team. Found out that Bierkeller is the home of the official South Carolina chapter of Bayern Munich's team. So I was like, I've got to go down here, and they are going to be my team, and I want to meet these guys and learn what I've got to do to start being part of the gang, so to speak, down there. So I walked in, and the game had already started because I stayed here at the house to see how the how the Crystal Palace Bournemouth game finished. And so I get in there, and I think already maybe 10, 20 minutes, 10 or 15-minute mark in the game. And they have their little group of people over there at the table, their jerseys and everything. And I was just kind of Rhonda and I sat at a like a big picnic table kind of area right beside them, so I could see the TV and just sort of hear what was going on. I did say hello, but I didn't really just like jump in because I didn't want to interrupt the game as they're watching it. And when it was halftime, they were all kind of talking a little bit. So I basically just waited around till the end before I really introduced myself and wanted to talk to them because I didn't want to distract from their time of what they're used to doing there. So a lot of fun. Ron and I ordered pork schnitzel sandwiches. Oh,
I'm glad you cut to the chase with what it really. I'm glad you translated what you said.
Okay, fine. I was stalking them.
Well, it's you should have just walked in with like a cane and said, "Sorry, I just came in with my Harry Kane." So you know.
Well, again, I didn't know much about the
thing
team
is,
yet, so I'm learning.
Virgil's putting his head down in his hands because he appreciates how intelligent that joke was.
That's really it. Like it's
sure, it's not because you thought it was so horrible that you're just ashamed that I'm even on a different screen from you. I mean, it's certainly nothing like that.
And in hindsight, it would have played very well because Harry Kane did score the first goal for Bayern.
Which you'll learn he does quite often.
Yes, you will hear that name quite a bit.
And Donnie, I don't know if you know this, but Harry Kane used to be on Ed's team, Tottenham.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Harry Kane again because I listen to Dan Patrick a lot, and Dan Patrick just loves the name Harry Kane. He goes, Harry Kane. He does that a lot on the radio. So.
Well, no, I just need to hear like a Harry Kane interview because he's so interesting when he's talking.
Yeah,
I mean, he's just, Virgil knows. I mean, like, yeah, I won't do the impression, but it's let's just say, put it this way: if you watch 4 Tunes, as I'm sure Mr. Brooks has watched on occasion,
it's been a while.
Yeah, but do you remember them doing Harry Kane?
Vaguely. I probably need to go back and watch some of that.
Well, and then there's another impersonator. I had to send you both the video, but a gentleman does a great Harry Kane impression.
Okay. Well, so as I was stalking them, as she likes to say, basically we enjoyed a good lunch there. I got me a liter of Schwarzbier, which was a fantastic dark lager. I've had that before. They basically have 4 beers on tap.
Can I just kind of interrupt real quick about that? 2 things. First off, Big Chew Poppy, we're going to be talking about Texas tomorrow. So that statement's more for them.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
everyone spends big in the Premier League at this point. I don't even want to hear it.
Except for Wolves. But when you showed me that beer, it goes true to my standing. A good beer is one you cannot see through.
Absolutely. All those other guys over there had the golden beer. I'd have to look at which one it was, but there was a couple of good. They've got 4 great beers there, by the way.
There's one German beer I can't do though, and it's Hoegaarden. I just have never acquired a taste for Hoegaarden.
I've only had it one time, but I really don't
well, and for me, and maybe it's an acquired taste. I don't know. I'm not well versed in my like Hefeweizens and some of the other ones, but listen, I gotta sound like Donnie. I gotta sound like Donnie a little bit, okay? I mean, I know all of you guys know you and Virgil know your different beers. I know what Hefeweizen is. So
Well, this is what they have on tap there. So they have their one of their flagship beers is the Keller beer, which is an unfiltered Franconian lager, which again you can see through that one. They have an alt beer, which is their take on the Dusseldorf Classic. It's a nutty maltiness, and it's a little dark. It's not quite as see through. And then
That's
they
probably
have
good though.
yeah, it is very good. I've had that one there before.
is it
And then
fantastic?
oh yeah, absolutely. And Land Beer, their second anniversary beer, a Franconian country lager that uses heirloom malt and earthy hop presence. And then they have the Schwartz beer, which is a dark lager, which I think the dark lager, if I remember right on the board, I think it might be a collaboration with Columbia Craft Brewing, actually, too. So,
Hmm. Yeah,
hey, there I was
Terry,
going
they're
to.
doing more. Terry, they're doing more than just to avoid relegation. They're
You
doing
you
really
are
well.
you are number 7 in the table. You are 7 spots ahead of Newcastle. I think
You're tied on points with Chelsea.
you're definitely doing more than avoiding relegation at this point. But as someone who got, just promoted, I understand the concerns. But
Yeah. Oh, they're going to beat Chelsea. They're going to beat Chelsea at the weekend.
You think they're going to beat them?
I think so. I think with the form that Sunderland's in. But I'm going to stop being rude and let Donnie finish his story. Sorry, Donnie. I apologize.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So anyway, I will wrap it up because I am rambling on too. So to make this long story less long, once the game was over, I did go and talk to the guys and introduce myself and found out that one of them was a Charlotte FC fan. One's actually an Atlanta United fan. They were talking about how before, excuse me, not before, but when MLS started, they all kind of picked something that was close to them or had some connection for them. So anyway, they're really nice. They said that it would take a little while before they would let me know the secret handshakes and all that kind of stuff. But no, they welcome me back anytime they have the games. The brewery will post if they're going to be there. Every once in a while, they will. He said, go over to British Bulldog Pub, which is that pub that I was at a few weeks ago as well. So it's either at the German German brewery or the British Bulldog Pub.
Well, if you go over there, you have to order the Davy Boy Smith. Okay, I mean it's
the Davy Boy Smith. Okay,
yeah,
I'll keep
it's
that in mind.
outstanding. Yeah,
Okay,
great sandwich. Great sandwich.
okay.
But no,
Good for your Bret Hart.
What you need to do is you need to go ahead and start the Crystal Palace chapter so you can stay and watch the game there. And then when the Bayern game comes on, you won't be missing any of it.
Good point. I do need to work on that. So I had a good time. I really enjoyed it. And like I said to you guys off air too, I think as I'm watching that game, they threw some F1 up on the sprints up on the TV to the other side of me. So I had F1 on one side and Bundesliga on the other, and it was a fun afternoon. And then made it home just in time to start watching the Clemson game, which we'll talk about more tomorrow. So
Oof.
Yeah, oof.
All I'll say is I feel your pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that our soccer teams did well because our college football teams did not.
No, they did not.
I want to talk about. I know we'll talk about this tomorrow night, but one good thing for Oklahoma State, go Pokes. Those helmets are sweet.
And I would also say that the game and the crowd were pretty bananas.
Yes, they were.
And to this day, I still have no idea what that was about. So hopefully we'll get some more insight on that. But
maybe did Jesse Cole go to Oklahoma State by any chance?
No. I felt like if he did, I would have known that.
I tried to look up, so I need to dive into that because I tried to look and see why the banana costumes were there too. I haven't seen anything specifically.
It was homecoming that day. So
did the fraternities all just do that maybe or something?
That's what I'm guessing.
Okay.
I'm sure it was appealing.
Well, I mean, they had a sign called Pete's Peelers, so I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Well, I mean, as hot as it was, I'm sure they were pretty ripe by the end of the day. So anyway,
and they only slipped a little bit.
I will say this though: Oklahoma State is at least finding ways to be in the news for as bad as their team is. they're finding some way to stay in the conversation. The tarp off guys, which started a movement among a lot of other teams this weekend in a lot of other places, and I only see that getting bigger as the season goes on. To be honest with you guys.
So Terry, what you don't know is I'm actually going to be doing the show shirtless tomorrow. So
Swinging around.
yeah, little something to be excited for on that.
Yeah.
And
Arm
also,
tired?
I also need to check my the homecoming ticket I got when I went there back in 2008 because I am starting to. I'm pretty sure we actually sat in that section back in 2008. So yes, technically I have been to 231 before.
Big Chew Poppy said,
Sure.
shirtless.
I mean, gotta do something for the ladies.
Yeah, true.
Tell them. Tell them.
So some of the other ones. So first off, I made a mistake. It was actually 3-0 Chelsea. I thought it was 2-0. My bad.
No, it was 3.
Oh.
Well, by the way, instead of section 231, have you considered 128 or section 175?
175 does not exist. That's not a section.
It could be.
Oh,
It could be whatever section
Could
you're
be
in.
your own section.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. With someone else.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Hey,
going over-
don't turn
So-
red.
so-
Don't turn red. It's okay. Don't.
So just to cap off the whole German brewery thing, I did give Rhonda the option of going to Charlotte for the Charlotte FC MLS game, their last regular season game Saturday night, or go to the brewery. She reluctantly went to the brewery. She did not want to go, and I was like, "Fine, don't spend time with me." I sort of guilted her into going. So
Yeah,
she was a trooper, though. She always is a trooper,
she is.
and she did enjoy the sandwich and the cake. She'll probably comment about the cake. They had apple strudel, apple cake, and a Black Forest cake, and that Black Forest cake was double fantastic.
yeah, you had to get the Black Forest cake. I mean, come on.
Absolutely, that thing was
Yeah.
awesome.
And Big Chew Poppy, when Virgil decides he wants to break the internet records, he'll do it. It's just on his time.
Exactly. He starts unbuttoning the
That's right.
Hawaiian shirt and
That's
all, and
right.
starts swinging
I don't
it
think
around
you-
above his head. Yeah.
Listen, I don't
know,
think
it
StreamYard and YouTube servers can take it. You know,
It is proven.
everyone's
If I
gonna try to log on.
if I do one button, like just one button on the top of that shirt, like the viewership doubles. Like it's just scientific.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, and you know, as a man who's an accountant, you know about compounding interest. I mean, come on. I mean,
Oh man.
Oh my!
I mean,
goodness.
let's go.
This man. You're doing finance jokes, man. You're just after my heart right there.
I am. Listen,
All
I've
right.
learned some finance jokes for you. Okay,
I appreciate that.
just
Careful,
for you.
Patrick. Don't start spreadsheet talk. I mean, it's not after 9:00 quite yet.
Listen, I'm not the one that Virgil spreads sheets with. Okay, you know. somebody else.
Well, guys, this has been a good episode
All right.
tonight. So we'll catch you next week.
I'm done with my story, so let's move on.
Patrick,
Listen,
you are going to get me in trouble, Patrick. You
Let's
are going
ex-
to get
let's-
me in trouble.
let's excel ahead. Okay, you know.
So just to go over some of the other results from Saturday and Sunday, because there's probably another game we need to talk about. So Brighton beat Newcastle 2-1, which good win for Brighton, especially with the season they've had
Huge
so
win.
far. They definitely turned around there.
Who does well
Burnley
with such a young manager, Fabian Herzler, being so young. How old is he? Is it 39? Or he was 40? Wait, no, sorry, no, 32. 32.
That's
That's
I
how
was about to say,
old
I
he
didn't think he was that old.
No, he's like 33 now, I think. But anyways, didn't mean to interrupt the flow yet again. Keep going.
That's okay. Well, I'm looking up his age now because we're
That's
32.
my fault. 32? That's on
32.
me. Yet again. We're not surprised.
It's okay. We were talking about Crystal Palace Bournemouth. Man City 2-0 over Everton. I was expecting a little more from Everton from that, but I believe they just didn't were able to make their chances.
Do you think it has a little bit to do with the fact that Jack Grealish couldn't play in that game?
That was kind of the other thing. I think the fact that it was 2-0 and Grealish didn't play is still a testament of how good Everton can be.
Well, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. what am I talking about? He's on a loan, right? Isn't he on a loan with Everton?
He's on loan with Everton, yeah, but he will
Yeah.
still be
So-
the loan hasn't passed yet.
No.
Has it?
No.
Yeah.
I was questioning myself. So Donnie, when you loan someone in the Premier League, they're not eligible to play against the team that owns them. So
They have to sit
so
this game.
yeah, so essentially they're like a healthy scratch.
Right. Okay.
So sorry. As things come up, I'm just going to start telling you because you'll hear me just start going on about it like everyone knows. And it's
Basically, Paulie, I lost control of the show for about 3 minutes.
And I don't know if all these guys are aware of the movement at Oklahoma State with the guys taking the shirts off and waving them and creating a whole thing. But if
Yes.
not, look it up.
There was a legitimate reason that came up, Holly.
Yeah, it's called Tarps Off movement.
Or
Virgil after dark.
Either look it up or I will talk about it tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into it tomorrow with our Division I college football talk.
Listen, I'm wearing the night mode Blue Jays hat. Okay,
That's a nice hat. I like that.
That is
Thank
very
you.
nice.
That's one of the few night modes I'm perfectly fine with. Sunderland beat Wolves 2-0. Good win for Sunderland there. Man, Wolves. I feel so bad for them. They had their shot. They had a lot of good chances in that game, but they couldn't pull it off. And then Arsenal beat Fulham on the road 1-0. And then the two Sunday games, I feel like we do need to talk about a little bit. So Tottenham, Aston Villa won 2-1. I'm going to hold off on that one in case Ed joins us because he has some opinions on that.
Yeah.
So, but then the other one, I usually, when there's a game that I'm a neutral in, I don't really get upset with results sometimes or think like, wow, that was kind of a bullshit game. Man U 2-1 over Liverpool. The wrong team won that game. Manchester United. And I'm not trying to do bias. I have no opinion on Manchester United compared to some other people on this panel. But I did watch that game from beginning to end. Well, I watched that game split screen with the Rams and Jaguars. And I don't know which one was more boring. First off, Manchester's first goal came in within like the first 2 minutes off of a injured Liverpool player, so that already caused controversy there.
Brian Mbeumo, right?
And Mbeumo, yeah. But I don't know. Watching this, I wasn't really that impressed with Manchester. And,
I never ran.
I know you're not, but I mean, like, I feel like that should not have been a win. A draw at the most, but they pulled it out. They found a way to win.
Yeah. And was Mason Mount a false 9 or was he playing at the 10?
I thought he was a false 9.
Because you didn't have Sesko in there. You didn't have Benjamin Sesko in there, and but it felt like Mason Mount was starting as a false 9. But basically, essentially, like playing with a guy. So Donnie, I'm talking about a guy playing like in the striker position, but he's not really a striker by trade.
Okay.
Mason Mount is like normally an attacking midfielder, and he was playing up front, which they would not be the first team to do that, but they just bought a huge striker for £75 million in the summer, and they and now they're playing a false 9 in a big game against Liverpool. I didn't quite understand Ruben Amorim's thinking there, but they got 3 points. So who am I to question it?
Yeah, well, maybe he's the Aaron Boone of Premier League.
There's obviously a reason that I'm not a manager. So
well, there's analytics involved in everything, Patrick.
There is, unfortunately.
It's got to be analytics.
God, they make my head hurt.
I know.
I'm an eye test kind of a guy.
Me too.
Terry, you're right. J-Rod's on a heater, and Shane Bieber is always liable for a home run anyway. So, I'm not altogether surprised. He's been killing the Blue Jays this series, but we're still in it. It's not done yet. So, we'll see if the offense can can react. If not, then you got to give the Mariners credit for what they're doing. They're hitting.
I'll
Shane
say
Bieber tonight.
this: I just peripherally, if the Mariners were to win this, Polanco's got to be the MVP for them. He has been so good.
Well, he's not been. He was great in the first 2 games of the series. He's not been great since.
But I guess that's true.
J-Rod has been.
Well, the Blue Jays have kind of owned them the last couple of games too, for the most part. For the most part,
they're not owning them tonight. That's for sure. Bieber's getting hit around.
It's all arms on deck. So,
well, I mean, and if they win it, credit to the Mariners, right? I mean, it's about who shows up in Game 7. I'm not gonna.
This one, I'll say this: this one is earned either way it goes.
Yeah, it is
for sure.
It is. And I'm not going to be upset. Really, I'm not. I mean, obviously it's going to hurt if my team loses, but at the same time, congrats to the Mariners, right? I mean, it's if they win, but it's still 3rd inning. It's a long game, so we'll see what happens.
And then the Premier League game happened today. Brentford beat sad little West Ham 2-0.
What's going? So that's not even a ship that even Nuno can save, huh?
I think that ship's going down.
Were you shocked that Nuno took that job to begin with?
Yes,
I was too.
I don't know why, honestly. And we'll go into coaching talks next week. There's 2 hires we need to talk about. Nuno just didn't feel like a fit there, and so
it was a poison chalice. I mean,
yeah, I don't know if it was trying to maybe just trying to do a stopgap to see find a way to stop the bleeding at least. Because I'm not going to say Nuno's a bad manager. I think it's not
at all.
It's just not the style. It's not a fit for him.
Yeah. I mean, it's been.
So I'm going to have to ask for your reasoning why these 3 teams.
Yeah. I want to know the same thing.
Yeah.
Like Patrick as the D-backs, I mean, that makes 100% perfect sense. The other 2, I'd be curious.
Do I look like Torey Lavula or something like that?
I'm not opposed to being the Rangers manager.
I've never seen you and him in the same place.
I thought that was a secret.
Yeah. But speaking of...
I need to answer Polly's question real quick, too. Polly, my only reason for wearing this is 1, to support my friend Patrick, and 2, because Don Mattingly is the bench coach of the Toronto Blue Jays, and that is the only reason. I honestly don't care deep down which way this goes. Either team is a good story, but I think Toronto has a better chance of beating the Dodgers, and I cannot stand the Dodgers. So I'm hoping that Toronto, the way they've been playing much stronger, getting a little hotter, I think they have a better chance. But either way it goes, it is what it is. I'm an American League guy for the most part anyway. So with Don Mattingly on the Blue Jays coaching staff, that's why I have a Maple Leaf hat tonight. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to playing Arsenal on Sunday. That's a tough.
But it depends on which Arsenal you get, though.
Well, that's true.
Because Arsenal's playing. Who do they have? Because they have a Champions League game, I believe.
Yeah, they do. I forget who they have though. Oh man! Wait, someone actually
have Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, see, that's going to be a tough game.
Atletico Madrid, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough game for them in general. And don't forget.
Okay,
no, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm done. Ed, you show up.
Your burner
shows up. I'm done.
I mean, Jolly hadn't been here the whole time, and literally within 60 seconds, he's here.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
That
is not me. I can tell you that right now, boys.
He's gaslighting us. He is gaslighting us. I'm not buying this.
I'm not buying this either.
I would never do such a thing to such a final as you guys.
What do you mean? I'm only going to do good for one season, then fall off? Big Chew Poppy. What does that mean? Perspochi and Donnie grew up together.
He's
that
not
that I
wrong.
believe.
He's not wrong.
Uh,
Hey, I'm just
Bruce
to
Bochy.
finish my point on Arsenal. I hope we at least pull a draw like we did a few weeks ago against them.
Well,
So
don't forget you have a conference league game coming up against AEK Larnasa.
that's true.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's
Yeah. I heard Donnie, are you going to
That's
travel for that
Thursday.
one or no?
That's at Selhurst.
No, I'm actually going to be at Savannah Bananas game on Thursday night. So
Oh, I'm a one-trick pony. Okay.
Gross.
Well, you gotta
they're
be
playing.
careful.
They're playing at Clemson against the Clemson Tiger baseball team again.
You
this
got to be
year.
careful of those Cypress teams. They can be sneaky. And, like, I'm not
They
even
can.
trying to be funny about that.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
they can get
No,
a
they can
result.
be.
Yeah, and these guys. Let's see.
And Big Chew Poppy's trying to gaslight me.
So let's talk about some of the new managerial hires that happened. One in the Premier League. Actually, hold on. Let me verify to make sure that one actually happened, because I don't want to say that it did and then give you bad information. Okay, so it's just a verbal agreement, so I guess we can say that Sean Dyche is becoming the manager for Nottingham. I think it's definitely a better fit. Dyche works better for smaller clubs, in my opinion. And I'm not calling Nottingham small in general, but in reference to some of the bigger Premier League clubs, they are kind of that size. He has done wonders at Burnley.
Jolly, you didn't do anything wrong. We just
like to poke fun the fact that Ed shows up and then not even 5 seconds later you say, "How's your favorite podcast?" And
yeah,
we're
which we appreciate, by the way.
We
And
really appreciate it. We just like to have fun with that. But the Patrick, what do you think about that hire?
They're just hating. Don't let them, Jolly. They're hating. Don't let them.
I say the same thing every time because it's the truth.
Truth.
Jolly, we appreciate you and everybody else showing up, my man.
We're glad that we are your favorite podcast. Tell all your friends.
We are. I won't let them get to me, King Ed. There we go. There it is. There it is. I probably don't know what I would do, Jolly, if you didn't worship Ed at this point. But as far as Sean Dyche, Virgil, I think it's a better fit too. They need someone that's going to bring them solidity in defense, and Sean Dyche brings that.
So is he coming over from Burnley from this year, like currently?
No. He
No.
got Burnley promoted the second time, I think, when they went down the first time. Yeah, so he's been with.
Yeah.
He got Burnley back up in the Premier League, and then he went to Everton.
He took him up.
Right?
Yeah, well, he took him up twice because they did get relegated one time under him as well, and then he came back up. He used to be at Watford as well. For a short time.
Is he coming from somewhere current? Like, is he leaving somewhere
No,
currently?
He was last at Everton.
Okay.
He was last at Everton and got sacked last season when they got up to a bad start. But he's a manager that knows how to keep a team like in the Premier League. He's not like winning titles, but he can stabilize your team.
Well, Nottingham's only 2 points behind Burnley, so he could.
Yeah, they need
Burnley.
someone.
Coming in.
Well, they need someone who's going to give them some defensive solidity, which Ann could not do.
I'm sorry. Jolly got me there for a second. I'm sorry. Ed's gone. I'll see you when he returns. He says, "No, I'm just kidding." I was like, "Dang, man, Dolly, you making us feel, unloved here. Yeah, it's only Ed. Come on."
So yeah. So I think that at this point, with where they are in the table, they need somebody who's going to help them stabilize and kind of move up a little bit. And so I think it's a good hire if they do it. I'm just wondering, the one question I have is the style of football that Sean Dyche plays. How is Marnakis going to take to that? Is he going to want a more attractive style of football, which is why he brought in Ange, or do you think he's going to be okay with just trying to consolidate their position in the Premier League at this point to make sure
I
they don't
think
get relegated.
I think at this point it's about survival.
Yeah.
I know it's still way too early to be saying stuff like that, but if you
No.
just watching their games, the fact that they're still in a European tournament too, so
Yeah.
it's about survival at that point.
Well, especially being in another competition like the Europa League, right? I mean, they're already going to be, they already have a thin squad as it is. They can't overextend the squad. So that's gonna be an interesting challenge that Sean Dyche doesn't normally have to contend with, because it wasn't like Burnley was always in the European competitions. Although I think they were 1 year. They were 1 year, I believe. Were they not?
Burnley?
Like I thought that they scraped I could be wrong, but I thought that
see, you like unlocked a memory by saying that, but I don't know what that would be.
well, I'm not 100% on that, but it's good to be. I'm glad Sean Dyche is in. If this happens and it's confirmed, I like to see Sean Dyche back in the Premier League. Honestly,
2018-19 Europa League, very good. I forgot.
I
all
thought
about
that they scraped because I remember that's when I started saying, "Oh, Sean Dyche is legit," because like who saw Burnley being in Europe? I mean, it's very, very rarely does that happen, and they were usually relegation contenders, and then I felt like Burnley got complacent, and they took it for granted that he kept him in the league, and then they got rid of him, and then they got relegated. So,
which is usually how it happens with coaches
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
So if he is hired, his first match is going to be a tough one because FC Porto's coming to town.
Ooh, yeah, they don't. Porto doesn't play Sean Dyche ball.
No, they do not. I don't even know how they're going to react to
it. They're interviewing Dan Wilson, but they're doing it while the Mariners are at bat now. So
yeah, that was probably by request.
Probably so.
Yeah.
So the other hire is an international one. And Patrick, I am surprised I did not hear from you about this one, or if you even knew about it.
I don't think I haven't heard about it.
Sweden has a new manager.
It's not Rolf Rangnick, is it?
It's what?
It's not Rolf Rangnick, is it?
It is not Rolf Rangnick, but it's somebody who we've mentioned on this show before he got sacked, and that is Graham Potter.
Does having Ostersons on your on your resume help or something?
I guess it did.
Well, those boys are going to give everything.
I've never scratched my head at a hire as much as this one. I know Sweden's been pretty. I mean, Sweden lost to Kosovo, so I mean, I kind of understand a change needed to happen. But is this really the answer?
Well, it kind of reminds me when Roberto Martinez went into international management, like when Roberto Martinez was hired as the Belgium manager, and now he's at Portugal. That's another one where I was like, really? Like that's your answer? I mean, he's done okay, I guess, at international level, but I think for Graham Potter, he was running out of options in the Premier League. No one's gonna. He was kind of persona non grata in the Premier League at this point after a couple of jobs that went wrong. So maybe he felt like he wasn't ready to go on another break, because the last time he got sacked, he was out of the game for a year almost.
Right.
I think he was just ready to get back in, and the Sweden opportunity opened up, and he's like, well, why not? He was up for the England job at one point when he was doing well at Brighton. He was mentioned. So it's not the first time he's been linked with international jobs, but
no,
I don't know that it's the answer to Sweden's problems. But listen, I like Graham Potter as a person. I think he's always been, very classy. So I hope he does well at Sweden. I just don't. That really does surprise me.
I mean, they definitely needed a change with what's the biggest their run of form in the qualifying in the table. It's not pretty.
Yeah, who was the manager before? When?
You're gonna ask me that. I don't remember.
I don't
his
think it was a
name.
big name. I think it was probably a Swedish manager to begin with. I just don't. It wasn't Bob Bradley or anything, was it?
No, it was not Bob Bradley. John Dahl Thomason.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, fired after the 1-0 loss to Kosovo.
Yeah. Well, where Sweden is in the table right now in qualifying, they have no business being there.
No.
So
And see, Jolly, you're close. Mike Gundy to Sweden, I think, could have worked.
Mike Gundy would be great as the Sweden manager.
Yeah. So we're going to go outside of Premier League for a minute. There's two things I want to talk about for sure. One is, of course, the Swedish league, about what happened there. But I also want to talk about, I don't know if you guys happen to see this or not, what happened in Spain, in the Spanish league. There's two things. One is the protesting of each team, all the teams protesting about the Miami game between Villarreal and Barcelona. But did you guys happen to see Getafe and Barcelona? Or hear about what happened? Okay.
No, I did not.
I'm going to read the stats, or the transactions, for one Alan Nyom. Nyom, probably. Nyom. He was a sub that came on for Getafe. So in the 76th minute, he gets subbed in. And in the 77th minute, straight red card.
Ooh.
He was only in there for a minute.
Wow.
What do you do? Drop kick somebody?
Basically, I think he slid into somebody.
Studs up.
Studs up.
Wow.
He was there.
That'll do it.
He was there longer complaining to the manager than he was actually logged into the game. And usually, I know it's such a small, insignificant thing, because I said Barcelona, I meant Real Madrid. Real Madrid won 1-0 in that game, and they already had a red card for another player. But I've never seen a player just last not even a full minute in the game like that. Like, I feel like that's got to be some kind of record.
Well, that hurts your. I mean, I don't think you can be expecting to be in the starting 11 anytime soon. When you do
Starting
that,
11, that may get you knocked down to the Getafe B.
That might get you to the bomb squad. That teams are starting to employ.
Which, by the way, Donnie, our next goal will be to find you a La Liga team.
I'm sure there's a bar that all of a sudden randomly he picks Barcelona. You know, I'm sure there's a random bar in Colombia where it's like, I didn't pick a team, but then Barcelona all of a sudden became my team. Like, who's this Lamine Yamal that you talk about?
It'll be like the Colombian Catalan team or something. He'll find.
Yep.
I'm going to look up La Liga South Carolina chapters.
They're going to be called the Catalan Fireflies.
Thank you. Catalan Fireflies. That'll work. And then the other big one, and of course, I've been talking about this one for weeks. I've basically been begging all of you, follow the Swedish league because of what was happening there. And after a 2-0 win against Gothenburg, Mjällby, the team with population of 1,500 people who can't even host the Champions League games because their stadiums do not meet UEFA requirements, has won the Swedish league. And with 3 games to spare, they beat. They're up on Hammarby by 12 points. So with 3 games left, they cannot be caught. So
to win it in that style.
What was that?
I said to win it in that style.
To win it in that style, to win it dominantly like that, it didn't come down to the last day. I feel like we're going to be hearing more about that story now because I'm already seeing news groups that don't really talk about that before. I've already talked about that, but huge. That's almost. I mean, it's definitely a lot smaller compared to the scale of Leicester City winning the Premier League, but it's pretty much the same. The same style with that. Absolutely amazing story, and if you guys have not had a chance to look that up, MJA LLBY, and just read about the story. Also, we have to give congratulations to Morocco for winning the Under-20 World Cup.
Mhm.
They clinched today, beating Argentina. Of course, for those who remember when I talked about it, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, Morocco was the team that knocked out the U.S. So that is, I think, the second straight tournament that the eventual champion knocks out the U.S. in quarterfinals.
Mm-hmm.
Just how it happens with there. Do you guys have any MLS talk?
Real quick on the La Liga, I'm gonna let you do a wheel.
Okay.
Pick me a team.
Okay.
I swear, if it ends up being Barcelona or Real Madrid,
You don't have to put them on there. You can take the middles
No.
and give me somebody that.
We're going to put them on there so we can throw
they
a
have to be
fit.
on there. Yeah.
So we're going to put them on there so we can throw a fit to remove them, like you guys did to me with the Philadelphia Eagles that one time.
Well, fine,
Well,
do that. And I don't want to be greedy here. I mean,
No.
well, then make sure you put the teams that are about to be relegated on there too. So I might have one that's only a few matches left.
Can we please put Deportivo La Coruña on there, because I want Donnie to have to say that every time he talks about them.
I'll trust you to do a fair will here. So
because he's going to say,
I may have already found one. Let me see if it's up.
Yeah, because he's going to say, DLC played today. Deportivo La Coruña. I'm trying to think of what. I'm looking at Donnie, just trying to figure out what La Liga team would fit him.
The first comes to mind is Real Sociedad.
That's a good call.
I'll tell you, just looking at the table, I'll tell you the first thing that popped in my head, just looking at the names of the teams, is the least Spanish name, Athletic Club. That's like the most boring looking name.
Bilbao.
Yeah, they don't use their full name. It's supposed to be Athletic Bilbao.
It just is Athletic Club. I'm like, that's like Washington Football Club.
Yeah, Athletic Club. Yeah, well.
Anyway.
Would Donnie fit in the Basque region?
I don't think anything really fits in the Basque region unless you're Basque.
No, it doesn't. You're right.
I mean, I like to see Donnie do his research on the Basque region, honestly.
Well, I would too.
Now, don't make it difficult.
I want him to bask in that research. Bask in the glory.
I'll bask in the glory.
Bask in the glory.
He's officially eliminated from Bilbao.
Yeah. I think he and Kepa Arrizabalaga would be friends.
I think so too.
Kepa.
I'm going to. Yeah. Do you guys have any MLS talk, which is translation for please stop?
Well, I definitely do.
Yeah, go ahead, because I don't have a whole lot to say. I'll say this real quick. Charlotte doesn't start their matches against New York until next Tuesday, so we'll talk more about Charlotte FC next Monday night, because they'll be a day before they start their 3-game round.
Two things for me. Lionel Messi won the Golden Boot in quite the fashion, bagging a hat trick against Nashville. So congratulations to Lionel Messi for doing that. I mean, and it's all the more impressive than the number of games in which he did it, because he didn't even his contender played almost 6 or 7 more matches than he did, and he still got the Golden Boot in a lot less games. And I understand not everyone is Messi, but I will also say in Messi's defense that at his age to be doing what he's doing in MLS, I don't care what league you're in, it's still impressive what he's doing.
Oh, absolutely.
So and as someone, I'll be the first one to say it, I was dead wrong. I questioned whether he would. I didn't think he would be a bust in the league, but I did not think he would light the league alight like he has in his time in MLS. So that's on me. I got that completely wrong. And good job to Lionel Messi. He shows just how good he is and just how important it is to have a great football brain. Because
it helps that you live in Miami and not Portland or something. One of the other teams in the middle of nowhere.
but he also thinks like 2 or 3 moves ahead of everybody else. I mean,
Oh
it's
yeah,
just,
oh yeah,
like, I mean, it's men against boys whenever he plays against anybody.
yeah.
And he has some good players around him. I mean, that helps too, but a lot of times he just takes it on himself and just he doesn't miss. So good job to Messi. And then Atlanta United sacked their manager. Ronnie Dyla is gone. So Ronnie Dyla, who for those that don't know, his only other season in MLS, he won MLS Cup when he was with New York City FC. So he's the former Celtic manager, former man. He's been a few places, Norway, I think somewhere, but he only lasted less than a year at Atlanta, and he was hired last December. So now a new worldwide search for a new manager for Atlanta United begins again after, quite frankly, a disastrous season for them. I mean, it was they could only draw against the other one of the other worst teams in the league in DC United, but they did avoid getting the wooden spoon. So I guess if we want to talk about a successful season, we can't do that, but we can at least say we have narrowly avoided the wooden spoon. But
You made a comment earlier on our group chat that he did not something with the fans in the last game, like he didn't. What was
And well, I'll preface this by saying this is just one person's opinion.
Okay.
Normally at the end of a game, especially at the end of a season, the players will bring out their kids and they'll do a lap around the field, and they'll wave and clap at and usually after every game, there's at least a few of them that'll go around and clap the supporters, thanking them for their, for cheering on the team during the game. But it was I personally noticed, I didn't think Ronnie Dyla did a lot of that, which I thought was weird because he's done it before during the season, but to not even do it, to especially not do it at the end of the season after the horrible season we had, that maybe tells me I was a little miffed by it, but at the same time, maybe he knew the writing was on the wall, so there was no one he had to impress, so he was just going to catch up with some friends after the game. So I don't know. It was kind of par for the course for the season. I was not that impressed, but that's one guy's opinion. Maybe all the rest of the Atlanta United supporters didn't feel the same way, but that's just how I felt personally. So I felt like the position was untenable. So I think I don't like chopping and changing managers. I never like anyone losing their job, but I think if you were going to do it, you need to do it swiftly. So I'll give them credit for at least that now they have a chance to go for whoever's out there and whoever's available instead of just letting it drag on like they have a few times in the past.
Or you could do it like Nottingham and wait 18 minutes after the game.
Well, that's the thing. They did do it like 8:30 a.m. or 9 o'clock the next morning,
right
after an evening game. But yeah, like
the fans hadn't even left the stadium and Nottingham's done.
Well, the players never left the dressing room. I mean,
right.
They basically had a closed door meeting for the next hour and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, not to sidetrack, but
so this does go to my next question. Is there anyone? Do you have like maybe a top 3, or who are you hoping will be the next Atlanta United manager?
I mean, if I had my pick, it would be Rob Valentino. For those that don't know, like Rob Valentino used to be an assistant coach for Atlanta United, and he was the interim coach twice, and he's done really well each time that he's had it, but he just was never given the full-time job. And Jolly, no, I don't need Mike Gundy at Atlanta United. I think I'm good. But thanks for the suggestion. But Rob Valentino would be my top pick, or to a lesser degree, Tata Martino. The only problem with Tata is that he's not like a long-term solution because he's not going to stay there long-term. But he never has anywhere he's been. But just someone to bring the good vibes back. Because I know in a realistic world, we're operating in a small pond of of who we can go after. It's not like we can go and get like Jurgen Klopp to go, manage Atlanta United. He's not going to do that. Let's just be 100% honest about it. I can dream.
What if you changed your name to Red Bull Atlanta?
Yeah, that I couldn't bring myself to that, but I just couldn't bring myself to that. But um, I've heard of names like Jim Curtin is a name that used to be at Philadelphia before he was he was with Philadelphia for a long time. Peter Vermees that was with Sporting KC for a long time. I don't know how those would work. And Jim Curtin, the rumors that he turned down Atlanta once before, so there's already bad blood there. So I doubt that happens anyway. And he'd have a shorter leash even if he did. But yeah, those are just a couple of names. Rob Valentino would be my top pick at this point. But I think he's coaching like US U20s or something like that. So if I were Rob, I wouldn't come back.
Well, all
It's
I
like,
know is Mike Gundy to Atlanta United would be better than Ted Lasso. That's TBS should just like do that show right there.
Well, guys, I think it's time. Actually, no, it's not time yet. One more U.S. soccer thing that I have to bring up because I just remember this story. Did you guys see what U.S. soccer is recommending the NCAA do with their college soccer program?
Yeah.
Yes.
I am absolutely for it. Well, whether the NCAA go on with it or not, for those who are asking, U.S. soccer basically told NCAA, hey, I think promotion and relegation would work pretty well. You guys don't need conferences. Conferences kind of suck. So basically overhauling the program because it's supposed to help with development at the same time. I said I'm always for promotion relegation. In this case, I think that could work there, especially because you already have enough soccer teams. I mean, if you think about this, I think it just mentioned D1, but the idea of having D2 and D3 also involved, I think would be kind of just be beneficial. So basically, if this happens, and I don't know like how much financially NCAA would have to focus on that because it's not a flagship sport they really focus a lot of their attention on.
But as soccer's grown, it could be something that would be beneficial to them if they would be open-minded to it and do it.
I agree.
But would you only scrap the conferences for soccer and then keep the conferences for all other sports?
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean,
I was going to say,
look,
you'd have to make sure that.
Look at our chat the other day when Eric posted the thing about the new hockey uniforms for Notre Dame, and they got Big Ten on it. And it's like, well, they play an ACC sort of football schedule. Now they Big Ten sort of in hockey. They play ACC baseball and basketball and others. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, just some of these sports outside of your football, your basketball, and baseball, maybe it makes sense to do them more like they're done around the world because you have so many international players in a lot of these sports.
Well, I certainly think not having Pro Rel and MLS hurts because, like once you buy in, then you've basically got your place guaranteed. And if you want to tank, then you can certainly do that. I mean, you're not getting relegated to the USL. And frankly, I don't think MLS is ever going to adopt the Pro Rel. I think that's going to be limited. I think that's going to be limited to the USL because those people that shelled out a lot of money to get MLS franchises, they like the franchise model. They're not gonna squander the hundreds of millions that they gave up, especially the ones that have done it recently.
But if USL does it and it takes off and becomes more popular, that'll change things. I don't know if it will. I'm just saying if.
I'm just saying like these these hedge funds and millionaires are going to be millionaires. They're not going to like the risk of getting relegated.
Right.
Like they have to accept it. They're going to get into like the English game and into the internet, into the European game, because that's how it's always been. And
Right.
their supporters are not going to accept moving to a classic franchise model.
Right.
And it takes away from the. I'm with Virgil though, that I like the pro rel system, and I'm intrigued to see how it works in USL. Like there are teams that are in lower divisions now that I would love to see in the top USL division, because it creates new matchups. It's fresh, and I think USL needs that, because MLS has gotten stale. Like, MLS runs the risk of going stale, and USL has a chance to freshen it up for soccer fans in America. I love it.
Just for my opinion, I think it's already kind of at the stale point, but that's just me.
Are you talking about with MLS?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, shoot, like I have season tickets to Atlanta United, and toward the end of the season, it was tough to justify going to games. I mean, I went, but it was tough to justify it. Like, it's not, you guys know, it's never fun if you're going to watch a team you really, really love and you just feel like you have no chance of winning. Like, you go in and you feel like there's no chance at all that you have that you can even compete. And sometimes they'll surprise you on a given day, and you're like, then you get your hopes up that it's like, maybe we're back. And then they go back to and revert back to form or revert back to type. And it's, you got your hopes up for nothing.
Right.
So, I mean, having 5 wins over the whole season was a tough pill to swallow this season. So
now I think it's time to find a La Liga team for Donnie.
Uh-oh. We're doing this live, huh?
We're doing this live. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wheel of La Liga teams. So I'm going to go through all these teams just so Donnie knows what we have here.
All right, let me pull up the table here and see what.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have to pull up the table because I'm just going to read off the table.
Okay.
So we have Real Madrid, Barcelona, Villarreal, Atletico Madrid, Real Betis, Espanyol, Elche, Athletic Club Bilbao, Sevilla, Deportivo Alaves, Real Vallecano. I always miss this one.
You talking about Real Vallecano?
Thank you. Getafe, Osasuna, Valencia, Levante, Mallorca, Celta Vigo, Real Sociedad, Real Oviedo, and Girona. So no Deportivo. I'm not going to do Liga 2 for now because that opens up a whole new list of mess I don't want to get into. Actually, let me see if there's any big club in Liga 2 I can pull just for fun. Oh, there's a lot. Oh, Racing Senator, Almora,
Racing Santander,
or Santander. Damn, Real Zaragoza is last place in the Liga 2. Wow.
Oof.
Talk about a fall from grace. And then Ibar, which I like Ibar. All right. So, as customary to the NFL 1, Patrick and I have the right to veto.
Okay.
So,
no, I can't wait to see what comes up from this.
What are you hoping for, Donnie?
I'm just hoping for a team that's in the top half. I don't know anything about any of these teams. I mean, I've heard of Real Madrid and Barcelona, obviously. I think that's I don't know.
There's some bottom half teams that are actually pretty big clubs too. So
yeah, I mean, it's just let's just give him the Dodgers or the Yankees and let him have one of those big teams. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, so I'll take what I get.
All right.
I'm just really glad you didn't say Real Madrid.
I've heard it enough to know better.
Yeah, well, we're still Yeah, maybe Bayern still may be a joke around the house, just letting you know. So let's spin and let's see where it lands.
Bayer named after the Bayer aspirin. Ooh. Don't
Atletico
tell me he
Madrid.
got. Don't tell me he did.
He got Atletico Madrid. Patrick, do you want to veto that?
Oh, Virgil, I'm gonna defer to you on this. What do you think?
So Madrid is fourth right now. They're not the same power team that won La Liga in the past. They're not
They
a
got
bad
Diego
team.
Simeone. No, they're not. They got Diego Simeone.
Right. Which I feel like he's been there for what? 5, 10 decades?
It feels like it.
We're going to spin one more.
You did it fair and square. Yeah, spin it again just to see what happens.
We will spin it again just to see it happens, but we're probably going to give you Atletico Madrid.
Okay.
Unless it falls under. There's 2 teams I want to fall under. And Girona, the brand new spanking team from the La Liga, did well last year, not doing well this year, bottom of the table. We will give you Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like Girona is Man City, Spain.
Yes, and we can't have
so,
that.
Yeah, so Donnie, Girona is one of the clubs from City Football Group, which is Manchester City.
Okay.
And so Manchester City's ownership group owns both teams. So it's kind of like with Chelsea, where they own Strasbourg in France. City Football Group also owns a team in Australia. So they kind of got
Doesn't Chelsea own a Netherlands team?
No.
Oh no.
Are you talking about Vitesse?
Vitesse, yeah.
No, there was just a really weird relationship between Roman Abramovich and the Vitesse Arnhem owner at the time.
Okay.
They kind of circumvented rules for how many players you could loan, and it gave to me Vitesse an artificial position in the Dutch Eredivisie for a time there.
They still didn't win it, but
No, they did not. But they were in European places,
right?
Because they were getting like Mason Mount at the time, and some of the other top Chelsea academy players, doing reasonable.
Didn't Abraham go there?
Mm-hmm.
I thought so. Yeah,
he did.
So Atletico Madrid, but I did spin it one more time to see which it landed on. And Sevilla is not a bad one. You would have had a Europa League championship in probably about like 3 years.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, you're talking about a team that went back to back to back,
right?
In UEFA Cup / Europa League.
Well, I mean, I like the pick because tomorrow at 3:00 I can root for them against Arsenal, which helps me feel better about Crystal Palace playing Arsenal soon. So
there you go. You're already picking up.
Yeah. Well,
look at that. I got a new team, and look at that. They're playing tomorrow.
Well, I'm just impressed that you did 3 spins and you didn't get like a hopeless one. I mean, I know Girona is not doing well at the moment, but you didn't get a hopeless pick.
Right.
I mean,
who would have been hopeless in your opinion?
What?
Who would have been hopeless in your opinion?
What would have been the worst team for me to get in your opinion?
In my opinion?
Yeah.
Or either of you.
I would have said either Elche or
what's the one team you would not want to hang on me?
Levante is one that sticks out to me.
See, I like Levante. I can't say
I like them. I like them. It's not a question of like. It's just a question of, are they going to compete?
Real Oviedo was probably my first pick.
That's not a bad one.
I like Levante. Valencia is a big club. Mallorca, Celta Vigo is always yo-yoing between first and second, so that could have been one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm surprised that Donnie didn't get Mallorca.
I think that's what Ed's adopted Liga team is.
Yeah,
I think so, because I think I heard him mention that. So
By the way, when I was researching, we were talking about conferences and all the different teams in them. I made a discovery about Big 12 I did not know about.
What's that?
Did you know that Florida State and South Carolina are Big 12 affiliate members
No.
in beach volleyball?
No. Who knew?
They are along with Boise State. I wonder if their sand is blue.
Why wouldn't they just all in that sport just be independent? Like, why do they have to be in a conference like that?
Money.
Well, and I guess I never thought about it. It makes sense, but before you guys were talking about it tonight, I guess I presumed that everyone that like whatever conference you are in football, you are in all sports. But I know that's not true because I knew Notre Dame was not. That was not the case for them. But I'm thinking when you're like SEC, ACC, and things like that, that you're going to be like that conference in all sports. But I guess it depends on what the conference offerings are and what the member schools have in terms of.
It definitely depends. It definitely depends on the sport also, because one of the biggest ones is wrestling, because Big 12 has a wrestling conference. Big 10 does, but the Big 12 teams, there's only, let me do the count.
I thought they were all in the Big Show conference, though.
What?
I thought they were all in the Big Show conference.
The Big Show conference.
Yeah.
Patrick, what is wrong with you?
Yes. What do you mean?
What is wrong with you? Big Show conference, really?
It was there for the taking.
But I was going to tell you guys, do you want to, here are the Big 12 conference affiliate members in wrestling.
Okay.
Air Force, Cal Baptist, Missouri, Northern Colorado, Northern Iowa, North Dakota State, South Dakota State, Utah Valley, Wyoming, and some team in Norman called Oklahoma. I never heard of them. So yeah, there's so many. So yeah, so there's definitely different conferences for some of the lower sports, because some conferences don't.
I learned something new tonight. Yeah. And by the way, it looks like the Blue Jays are cooked.
I'm going to get off of that. I would think you just take all those teams and have them as a grouping. Why? I don't understand why they have to fall under a certain conference and how financially money funnels to them from that conference. I don't know. It's just a weird setup to me, but it is what it is.
Oh, and for me, like being a conference administrator, like if you're the president of said conference,
right?
I guess I didn't appreciate that your member schools, like spread out to a lot more schools than you would think it was. Because when you're a Big 12 commissioner, you're not just reaching out to like the schools that fall in the Big 12. You're reaching out in all sports.
Right. I would just take all of the. That's
a lot of AD. That's a lot of ADs to keep happy in.
Exactly. I mean, I would think these lesser sports, you would just take all of the schools that participate in those sports and you divide them up into groups and you have like divisions or something. And it's just, they all fall under a pool of money that all the conferences kick in for these sports and it gets divvied up among them. Yeah. Oh man. Anyway. Well, enough about that.
Since we're now in college, let's talk about FCS now, because I feel like that's a good time to segue into that. So I'm going to go over the top 10 for a minute. So number 1, North Dakota. Number 2, North Dakota State. Can't screw that up. Number 2, South Dakota State. Number 3, Tarleton State. Still 8-0. Number 4, Montana at 7-0.
Did he freeze up?
He did.
Number 5, Montana State at 5-2. Number 6, the Tennessee Tech at 7-0. Monmouth is at 6-1 at 9, and North Dakota is 5-2. Other notable teams that we just talked
Let-
about, like to talk about here: Jackson State, number 11 at 5-1. That's probably the highest the SWAC team's been in a while.
So I think we missed
Um,
somewhere in there. I think we missed what 3 and 4, Donnie? Did you cut
Yeah,
out? For a second?
you froze for a second there on 3 and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I noticed I couldn't scroll down on my screen when I was doing that, so I'm like, oh crap, something must have happened. Tarleton State is 8-0 at number 3, and Montana is 7-0 at number 4.
Gotcha.
Yeah, got it.
Mercer is 5-1 at 14. Presbyterian 7-0 at 16. Harvard is 5-0 at 17. Sadly, no West Georgia. They have officially been knocked out of the top 25.
Well,
By only
I mean,
2 spots though. They're only 2 spots out.
Yeah.
They could pop back up.
but when you can't win in the gauntlet, I mean, I don't think in that gauntlet they didn't even win one, right? So I mean,
No,
so-
they were at
so-
least somewhat competitive, so I give them that. But
yeah, but they've got a ways to go to kind of compete with those teams. And I think that's
Yeah.
what we're learning is that to compete with your Tarleton States and your Austin Peas and your who else did they lose to? It was Abilene Christians.
Abilene Christian.
Yeah, they've got stuff that they have to do.
So one of the things I did want to talk about with, and that's not here for that. So last week I told you guys to pick a team that was winless and to see who was going to win their game first. Both of you picked Samford over VMI. I picked Cornell over Bucknell. And all of us were right. Cornell beat Bucknell for their first win, and Samford beat VMI for their first win.
So that means I at least got one right in picks this week, right? So I went 1 in 74 or whatever it was. of all
Patrick,
the
you
other
didn't.
games we picked.
Patrick, you're not last.
I'm close.
That remains to be seen. All I know is that first place is already shored up, but second place is still.
Congratulations, Virgil.
No, it is not me.
It's either you or Donnie because I know from the picks that it was looking good for both of you.
And
Well,
then it wasn't for me.
I said there's a second place team. I'm sorry. I'm watching wrestling right now, and Jey Uso is holding a baby, and it's like he doesn't know what to do with it.
Well,
That kinda
all he
caught me
knows
off
to do is yeet.
Right.
Yeah.
That baby looks so uninterested right now. The
Is that
No.
baby saying day one? It's just me, Oos.
no.
Okay.
So first and second, well,
He's
actually,
trying not
no.
to laugh. He's trying not to laugh.
Second and third is going to come down to the Lions Tampa Bay game. So that one looks like it's
Yeah.
pretty much already
By the
close
way-
to done, unless there's going to be some Mayfield magic.
Well, I know how to pick quarterbacks because I'm telling you, I sat Stafford and played Baker. Ouch. Congratulations, Justin Kish, on winning fantasy football this week by a lot, by the way.
Listen, all I'm trying to do is just to break 100 points this week.
That's all I'm trying to do. But guess what? I'm not even going to break 100 this week.
Cam,
Oh, me neither.
Kate Auden is keeping me in the hunt for 100. I still got one more player after that, so we'll see.
Now, Jameson Williams decided when I played him, he goes, "Oh, Patrick played me. I'm going to get no targets this week." He's going to end up with a nice 0.
Well, I've got a bone to pick with Donnie because Bryce Young was doing pretty good, and then he had the gall to get injured.
I know.
Yeah. By the way,
I hate that for him because he actually was. I thought he was doing pretty well against, especially that Jets defense.
I think it was a combination of. I don't think he got injured that bad, but I think he tweaked his ankle a little bit, and it's the Jets, and I think they were just like, you know what, let's just. And they got a bye week coming up, so no, actually,
No, they're playing Buffalo. And
No, they got no. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of somebody different. But they wanted to just kind of like. There's no sense in putting him back out there with the way that the game was going. So,
but I think they said he was already out for Buffalo. So,
oh, okay. I haven't seen that yet today.
Okay.
So, okay.
but let's talk about some of the games. I have not heard from Phil today, so we can't talk about Wofford beating Furman.
Oh, we heard from him this morning on the on the breakfast takes.
Did he have any opinions? Because when I saw that score line, I'm like, oh, I wanna hear what he says about this.
To be honest, I can't remember exactly. He didn't have much to say. No, he pretty much was like, their defense wasn't. They don't have any defense. I guess is kind of what he was getting at. So, I mean, that's just that's two bad losses. I mean, I get the loss last week to Western Carolina because I want to speak about that team in a minute, but you can't lose to Wofford, man. That's just Wofford's bad. So,
Speaking of Wofford,
hey,
I'm back.
Ed might remember better than me. What was Phil's response to the Furman game this morning? On the breakfast stakes.
We might suck.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember how he put it, but it was like, yeah, okay.
We might suck. That's what he said, which I do not disagree.
Yeah,
So,
they're not good.
So Ed, while you've been gone, Donnie has a new La Liga team thanks to the wheel.
Oh God, what's your Liga team?
It is.
He doesn't remember, does he?
Atletico. I was going to say it wrong.
Atletico Madrid.
Madrid. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like what you said.
What?
No, he's like Atletico, and you're like Atletico Madrid, and he goes,
I can't say it cool like Ed.
Atletico Madrid.
Atletico Madrid.
We decided to pass on veto powers for that because it's like, Atletico's not a bad team. I mean,
It's not. It's a pretty decent team.
It's not
it's not a powerhouse.
Phil, time out. Phil.
Oh, Phil's making an appearance here. Hang on.
Phil. Listen, I know you joke about Burkina Faso League. I may have watched a top flight game of Burkina Faso last week on FIFA Plus looking for the Cape Verde game. So
why am I not surprised by this?
So if you want to watch Burkina Faso League games, FIFA Plus is your place to go.
You guys, that's hilarious, first of all. So I could definitely talk about this on this show because this is not your main sports, but we here in the collective, like the Sandlot Collective here down in North Carolina, we found our Sandlot baseball field, and it is as Sandlot as it gets.
Nice.
I want to post some pictures and some videos, but man, I'm telling you, I'm super excited. What's the score, man?
3-1. 3-1 Mariners.
Oh, just goes okay. Thanks for finishing it up.
He didn't want to say it. He's like, I can't say the words.
No, I mean the Mariners have outplayed the Blue.
I
The
thought you could
Mariners
tell
have
in
outplayed
his
the Blue.
voice who probably was.
Yeah, I kind of knew. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I was going to say real quick to Ed. It was funny that that the wheel landed on Atletico Madrid because they play Arsenal tomorrow and Crystal Palace plays Arsenal on Sunday. So I get both my teams playing Arsenal this week.
Speaking of, can I talk about my team?
You know what? I was going to go ahead and give you the floor because we were about to start FCS, but you came at the perfect time. Do you need me to full screen you?
No, it's okay. We can talk about it right here because I'm watching this match and I'm texting you guys. It's because it was on Saturday, and I'm like, these guys they're letting them play. They're letting them too close to the goal. They're letting them too close to the goal. And then the whole match, I'm like, what are we doing? Like, you scored in the first 13 minutes of the match. I'm like, cool, we got a 1-0 lead. Then they let it, and the whole time, and I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at even at my daughter. I'm like, they're letting them too close to the goal. They're like, they're pushing to the goal, and they're letting them in. And I'm like, here we go. And I even tweeted this out. So I'm like, Tottenham is gonna fuck around, and they're about to start losing this match. What happens? They lose 2-1. I was so like, by the end of the match, I was like, they deserve to lose. They did, because they were not being the aggressor. The other team was. Aston Villa was definitely came to play. Tottenham was more likely just looking ahead, and Aston Villa took advantage of that. And I was so angry.
Well, I was about to say about the looking ahead because they're going to Monaco.
Yeah.
This week, so I mean that's not going to be
It's not an easy match.
Be an easy one.
So I was pissed off. I'm like, come on, man. But like, Donnie. They were playing to not lose.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think Tottenham was just afraid of running into Eric Dyer midweek, right?
I'm so angry. I just don't even want to. All right, Kirk.
Yeah. I feel your pain.
And so that's where I'm at. I'm angry
Oh.
because this should have not been the way that this game went. It should have it should have been a dominance by Tottenham. And it wasn't. Not even close.
Good goal by Morgan Rogers, though.
Great. It was awesome. Congratulations. Still lost.
I'm just saying it was a nice goal.
No,
That's
it
all.
was a good goal. It really was it was a pretty
That's all
goal. I was like, oh, here we go. And then I thought for a second, I was like, all right, we scored a goal. Here we go. We're about to get we about to get nothing. That's what we got. We got nothing. Oh. Anyways, I'm good now. Thank you for letting me rant.
All right. We're gonna go back to FCS now, since we talked about. So we talked about Furman Wofford, how Wofford is now on a 2-win streak, which I don't think a lot of us saw coming.
I have a friend of mine who's the co-captain of my Sandlot team here is as a Wofford fan. So there you go.
I mean, that's pretty nice. The other, but
Are we talking? Did you say Wofford or Watford? So I'm
Wofford.
clear.
Wofford.
Wofford. We're talking FCS. We're talking
FCS.
FCS. Okay.
Not Watford. Wofford.
Wofford.
Okay.
Wofford.
I feel like that really was a legitimate question.
I mean, yes, it was. It's especially because I can't speak sometimes. So yeah, I agree with you.
No, I didn't mean it like you couldn't talk. I was talking.
Yeah, whatever,
about my
bro.
hearing,
I see you
I
trying
was
to
talking
insult
about
me. It's
my
okay.
hearing.
Don't worry about it. It's cool.
you know. Yeah.
Then we got to one of our first ranked games. Youngstown State going into Normal, Illinois, and beating Illinois State.
What I try to tell you about that game.
Yeah, 2 of us had that pick. And man, it's those helmets. Those penguin helmets made a difference.
Tell you, those penguin helmets are legit. Though I even showed
That
my
is
wife, and
great.
she's like, "Ooh, I like that."
You know it's something big when Profit is sharing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
An FCF team out of Youngstown, Ohio.
Yeah.
He does not even know where Youngstown is, and he shared that, and I'm like, "That's nice." Come on, Ernie Clement.
Yeah, when that ball came off of Dalton Varsho's bat, I thought it was gone. I was like, oh.
It didn't.
So
I
let's
know,
see.
but you know, like right now, I've got.
Oh,
You're
Let's see, for
you're ruining it for me, Ed.
So North Dakota State beat Indiana State 838-7.
we saw that one.
And that didn't really worth anything to say. I think they didn't cover the spread though, which is a
No.
little surprising. North Dakota beat Southern Illinois. I was expecting a lot more out of Southern Illinois. They were shut out the first half. It was already 28-0 in the first half.
I think
Yeah,
I picked Southern Illinois in that game.
I did too.
I picked North Dakota, but like I was a little surprised, to be honest with you. It's like they didn't really, show up. By the way, Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Tampa Bay's not looking. I mean, they're not playing terrible, but Lions have just had all the breaks.
They're
So
not playing good either.
Presbyterian is now 7-0. So congratulations on beating Stetson. I hurt my own feelings today. Speaking of Presbyterian. So for those who do not know, on Twitter, I call the guy's name. Make sure I get it right. But Bill Conley. Bill Conley from ESPN does a top 766. So basically ranks all the teams from Division 1 through Division 3.
Oh, I saw that.
And he focused on a certain portion of it. 136 through 140. 136 is Presbyterian, and 137 is Oklahoma State. I was having a good day before I saw that.
How many teams are in
Awkward.
Division One, Virgil?
What was that?
How many D1 teams are there?
Well, there's other D1 teams ranked below them. So, I mean, there's just FCS teams are higher. The highest FCS team is better than all the MAC schools, by the way, just letting you know. But the,
I'm not surprised. Did you see what happened at Kent? They got their asses handed to them.
yeah. But for the record, also, 137 with, that's one better than New Mexico State. That's one better than Missouri State. And at 140, 3 spots down, is Division II Ferris State. So, and see, the worst part is I did this to myself.
You did.
No one else pulled this up. I did, and it's
You
like,
went
you know what?
looking for it.
I wasn't looking for this. This found me.
It found him, but he could have left it there.
But
Yeah.
no, because
Right.
I knew if I left it there, one of you guys was going to do it.
Oh, I'd have never found it. I could tell you that.
It would have been profit.
Probably.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
probably.
Because if there's ever a chance for him to make my day miserable, it would be during that. So that's it for the Presbyterian talk.
I was
Donnie-
driving, Jolly. I was driving on the way home, and I had to be safe. And it was too dark, and I couldn't hear. So I was like, I lost signal. So I was like, I'm not gonna try to come back. So that's why I was like, I will just wait until I get home.
Speaking of people who drive during the show, Donnie, are you going to go to a Presbyterian game?
You know, I've looked at the schedule. I probably the only one I really might have a legit shot to go to is the Marist game at the end of the season. I don't know. I want to get to one. I don't think I can get to Valparaiso in 2 weeks.
Valpo.
Oh, I can't actually. I know I can't because I'm gonna be out of town that weekend. So Marist at the end of the season is the only possibility if I can get to one.
You're not gonna go and see Bryce Drew with Valpo?
That's basketball.
I mean, I could
I'm well
potentially
aware,
go
thank you.
up to Davidson, but I doubt. I think we've
Yeah.
got something that weekend too. So
I can't name Valpo football players, so I have to name Valpo basketball players.
That's fair.
Allow me.
But I'll indulge you for a second, Virgil, because I know this would be kind of right up your alley. We're going to visit some friends this weekend that live in Chattanooga, and they haven't. We haven't been to their new house that they moved into back in May. So, me, obviously looking at what I can look at, I have no chance of doing this double dip, but I know in spirit you would do it with me. Chattanooga is hosting Western Carolina at 3:00, and the Chattanooga Red Wolves are playing 3 hours later.
So I have a confession to make.
If I could hit both of those on a Saturday, but I can't do that to my friends. We got to hang out together. So
I may have looked into doing that. Because
Why am I not surprised?
Well, see, the Red Wolves play in Eastridge, so it's kind of a little not too bad of a drive out, but yeah, I would definitely try to find a way to go to the Chattanooga game because Finley Stadium's actually I like going to Finley Stadium.
Finley Stadium's nice.
Yes, it's a very nice stadium for
Yeah.
that level.
if my friends were more open to going to sporting event, possibly I could talk them into it. But I'm not gonna do that to Rhonda, and I'm not gonna do that to them. But
Rhonda will kill you.
Secretly, I would absolutely love to do that double dip in Chattanooga.
You just want us to go to a Western Carolina game because you brought up a Mercer game earlier.
Well, yes, I do. I think now I legit wanted to go to that game because I thought you would be interested in that because it's Mercer.
It's a 4-hour drive. I can probably swing that, but I would probably have to stay somewhere.
Yeah.
So, well, because you said that's an afternoon game, right?
Yeah, it's like a 2 o'clock game or something.
But thank you for bringing up the that Chattanooga Western Carolina game. I'm glad you were on the same wavelength because I was considering driving up for that.
Yeah. I'm always looking for what's going on around, even when I don't think I can make it. So.
I understand.
Maybe I can probably swing it.
And really, I only actually saw the Chattanooga game because I was looking at Western Carolina, and information about them, because Ed and I, as we talked about this morning on Breakfast Takes, Western Carolina is on a roll right now. They I'll kind of repeat for those that weren't there this morning. They went 0-3 to start the season. They had two quarterbacks that were actually not terrible. They were 50 for Judy was 50 for 83, 420, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and Lee 30 for 50, 263, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And they lost all 3 of those games. So they made a quarterback change. They're 5-0 with Taron Dickens at quarterback. This kid has 22 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 1,976 yards passing in 5 games. He is balling out. They have put up 212 points to 136 in those 5 games. They were outscored 131-86 in the first 3 games. I don't know where this kid came from, why he wasn't starting the season, why he didn't play any of the 3 games they started with. But I guess when you're 0-3, it's like, let's see what he can do. And look at here. They are only a few spots out of getting into the top 25 after starting 0-3.
I wonder if he was injured.
I don't know. I haven't made that dive into anything yet. I just was looking at his stat line. He played there. He played. It could be. 2024. He was 127 for 172. He only had 1,428 yards last year and 12 touchdowns.
I have the answer.
Oh, okay.
He was suspended for 3 games following an academic violation.
Oh,
okay.
So it makes me think if he played those 3. Let me see who's there. Let me see pull up their schedule.
So they could have been a whole lot better off.
Yeah. That would have been well. One of those was against Division I. It was here. It is Wake Forest. So they lost to Gardner Webb, Wake Forest, and Elon.
Both those games are winnable.
Yeah,
because they only lost. They lost both those games by single digits.
Yeah. They could have potentially won. I mean, those were high scoring games.
So this team could potentially be undefeated if he would have been.
Well, concede
or at least 7-1.
7-1 with FCS with FBS loss.
With
I got you with FBLS. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's awkward.
And really, they've got Chattanooga, Mercer, East Tennessee State, and VMI coming up. So Mercer's really the toughest game they've got left of those 4. I mean, these guys could end up 8-4 to 9-3, depending on how they go. If they keep this streak going, I mean,
if Western Carolina keeps on going, that Mercer game will probably be ranked versus ranked.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Western Carolina with this kid, and he's just absolutely throwing up some scores. I mean, they went 50-35, 42-35, 23. They don't have any defense. That's what I'm taking away from most of this. Apparently they didn't need any defense against Furman. It was a 52-7. That's the only team that it wasn't within a few scores of winning. Sorry, Phil.
I like how every episode turns into we're just dogging on Furman in the end.
Well, that was I call that the Barney game. That was purple on purple violence right there.
I mean, you know me, I love a good purple matchup.
Yep.
As we mentioned earlier, Cornell beat Bucknell 30-20, which is kind of an upset because Bucknell is 4-4. So that's their first win. Speaking of Chattanooga, they beat East Tennessee State. They're finally kind of turning it around a little bit, but they're not going to be I don't think they're really going to be in contention this year for a playoff spot. Sanford is finally off the board. They have on the board, which way you want to say that. They got their first win against VMI, a 2-point win on the road.
So who does that leave us with now? So Murray State's still winless.
Okay, let me.
Let's
Murray
see.
State.
I forgot who all the winless teams were that we picked from.
We have
What-
Murray State. We have. I'm trying to find a list real quick. Sorry. Portland State. Yeah, Portland State Vikings, Murray State Racers. Technically, none of the SWAC teams are anymore because Lincoln exists.
Virgil, did Georgia State rank lower than Oklahoma State? Because I feel like we probably did because we're.
I
pretty
didn't
bad.
make it that far. Honestly, I need to go back and take a look at that. St. Francis Red Flash, so that's 3. And I believe that may be it. That is it. So we are down to 3 winless teams.
I got to say, I don't think Murray State wins a game this year.
I don't think Portland State won the game this year.
I was just looking to see, because I was already thinking ahead, okay, who could potentially get their win? I mean,
Who's the coach of Portland State? Is that one of the famous? I'm thinking Delaware State, aren't I? That's where Deshaun Jackson is.
You're thinking Delaware State, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Murray State has Youngstown State, Southern Illinois, Northern Iowa, North Dakota, and Indiana State left.
Yeah, they're not winning that.
They're not winning. I don't think they're winning a game. I think they're going to go over.
Indiana State could be the only possible one. But
So when Rhonda said no, was that for your trip to do a double dip in Chattanooga?
Oh, I'm absolutely, yes. I'm sure that's exactly what that comment's from.
St. Francis may have the best shot because they still have. Let me see. St. Francis still has 1-6 Robert Morris, 1-6 Wagner, and then Mercyhurst, Long Island, and Stonehill. They can possibly win one of those, but Portland State's looking at Portland State's schedule, I don't know where that win's going to come from. And of course, my laptop doesn't want to work after I said that.
Yeah, they've got Idaho, Cal Poly, Sacramento State, Montana, and Northern Colorado.
Yeah, I can't see a loss in any of that.
Okay, so do we have a winless race here to watch for? Portland State and Murray State, who gets the first win for the rest of the season?
Watch us focus on those two and watch it be St. Francis that actually doesn't win.
Well, that would be fun too.
Like
Yeah,
the team we're all in.
They're going to throw a wrinkle in it. Because as soon as we say something's going to happen, usually there's something the opposite usually happens.
Exactly. But South Dakota State only beat them 35-4. Murray State 35-14. But there's a reason behind that, and we're going to talk about that when we get over next week's games.
Well, this needs to be a watch. So we'll make it a 3-team watch. Let's see which of those 3 teams remains winless, or do they all 3 remain winless?
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of intriguing. See, Western Carolina beat Citadel. We already went over that one. Holy Cross is another team. None of us picked this one. That was winless. That got their first win, and they beat Richmond on the road.
I think that's why nobody picked them.
Richmond 1-3 Patriot. That result kind of shocked me.
Yeah,
their spidey senses were tingling.
There
No,
you go.
But of course, the most controversial game we need to talk about: Mississippi Valley State beats Lincoln of California 49-0.
But what was the score?
Or did they?
Well,
the AP had 61-10.
You know what's funny? They said that was misprinted because they've got the information from the wrong game. I want to know what game the 61-10 was.
I'm glad you said that because it was for January.
I figured you found out. I never got a chance to look it up, but I figured you would dig that one up.
So the game that I got confused with was Virginia Lynchburg against Texas Southern.
Okay.
Texas Southern won 61-10, I guess because they were both in the SWAC. That's where the confusion came from.
Okay.
But yes, so that game got confused with the Delta Devils and whatever the Lincoln team was.
Well, they just wanted to get my hopes up with Lincoln actually scoring points. And
That is
the
true.
part that got me was not only I was banking on them only getting 3 points, and then Donnie made it look like Donnie got my hopes up, and then I felt stupid because then he made me think it was 10 points.
Well, what's funny is I was scrolling, and all of these have a summary off to the right on ESPN of the scoring, and I looked over, it was 49-0, and I just happened to look to the right, and I just saw a 61-10. I was like, wait a minute, what's that? And I clicked on it, and I immediately sent it to you guys with marked up with red circles around a bunch of the numbers. Like, wait a minute, what is this? And I'm like, how could they mess this story up that bad? Well, and it still says Associated Press has withdrawn its story about Lincoln of California football game, and it will not. All details were wrong. AP does not plan to publish a corrected version of the story.
You see, this is the kind of information suppression that we stop on this show.
Exactly.
We're not going to let big media hold this story down.
Well, and what are you doing? Are you telling those teams that they don't matter?
Right. I mean,
They do on this show. They
at
matter
least let
on this show.
Mississippi Valley State get the credit for a blowout win for their first win of the season.
At least one of the teams does.
That's right.
I can do without Lincoln, but I think Lincoln appears again in the next week, so we'll go over that soon. But let me see if there's any other scores to talk about before we get into the slate of next week, because I do not know if you guys have seen next week's games, but we've got a super big one coming up, and I even mean like a serious big one, not a joke big one.
Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, you'll find it in a
Let's see.
And Patrick, West Georgia, 10, Tarleton State, 45.
Let me start at the bottom with the evening games, because that's usually where the big games go. Oh!
Yeah, you already saw it.
Yeah, the 8 p.m.
Yep.
Incarnate Word and UT Rio. Yeah.
You know that's not the game. You know that's not it. Expect you to lie to viewers like that.
Oh, Southern Utah and
Wait.
Utah Tech. Is that
There
it?
you go.
That's another 8 p.m. game. Wow. These are some
Man, I thought you were
fantastic
gonna
8 p.m. matchups.
I thought it was going to be Lincoln against Wagner. Doggone it.
No, but before this episode of Lincoln Watch, I think I saw their name appear again. Let me see. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, they are. Who are they playing?
Lincoln is still hanging in the SWAC, playing Prairie View A&M. But guys, let's talk about some of the big games next week.
And you just real quick, none of the SWAC teams or none of these teams want to be the first one to give up points to these guys.
The fact that Alcorn State and Mississippi Valley State, the two teams that are usually the worst in the SWAC, did not give up anything. I cannot see a good team in the SWAC not give up anything.
Unless some just absolutely fluke happens.
But
listen, Donnie knows a guy. I'm going to need him to call up. You know, who do they play next week? Who does Lincoln play?
Prairie View.
Prairie View A&M.
Donnie, you obviously know someone at Prairie View A&M because you know someone everywhere. You're always traveling to go see friends. You are very well connected. Can you please call their coach, because I know you're friends with him, and just to tell him, can they please get a safety or something? Because I think that's the only way that Lincoln's going to get something is if Prairie View A&M's quarterback runs out in the back of the end zone like a Dan Orlovsky. Like that's the only chance that Lincoln has about getting points this season.
So you're thinking somebody should take a safety just to pity?
Yes.
Are you suggesting that they fix a game?
I would never do such a thing. I'm just saying if he accidentally ran out of the end zone That's all I'm saying. Hypothetically speaking, of course.
Well, Terry, if you're still on here, you're probably, I don't know how close you are to Prairie View, Texas, but maybe you know somebody.
Man, you're gonna pretend like you don't know someone at Prairie View A&M. We all know you know somebody.
Let's see
You're
how
very
far-
you're a mayor. You're very well connected.
not the mayor of Prairie View. That is a 5-hour drive from Abilene, so I don't think that's I think that's gonna be.
I mean, he is Mike Bison. I wouldn't put anything past him either.
This is true.
He is I mean, like the mayor, he is a defending. He is a
There you
former
go.
defending. Oh, did something just happen?
Yeah.
Oh, see, this is what happens when I'm far behind you guys.
Sorry.
I'm still watching
I'm
wrestling.
like 30
I don't know
seconds behind. Well,
Dang,
I think
Patrick, are you still in the same inning?
yeah, I'm in the bottom of the 7th. Yeah.
Well, that's weird because the top of the ninth just started.
Oh, fantastic. Hey. That's what we
But the
need.
game that we're alluding to is North Dakota State traveling to Brookings, South Dakota, against South Dakota State.
Yes.
Number one.
And by the way, before we go further, I apologize to our viewers tonight that I've been so distracted. I promise it's not going to be like this every episode. I'm just invested in this game, so I apologize to our viewers.
It's all good. It's all good.
just wait till they make the World Series, and then we'll have a deal with this more.
Have you seen the Blue Jays bullpen? This ain't over. Cal Raleigh exists, and so does Julio Rodriguez. This is not over. But I am telling you, that man has been money all season. George Springer, 35 years old, coming up in a big way against a really, really, really good reliever in Anthony Bastardo. I'm going to shut up now. Back to FCS.
All right, finish.
And Virgil, I know that you're the ladies' man, and all the ladies love you. So I'm going to be quiet and let your admirers hear your dulcet tones, for the rest of the episode.
So we have North Dakota State against South Dakota State.
He's ignoring me.
All right, stop talking, Patrick.
Probably I'm not going to say probably the biggest regular season game in FCS probably in a while. Yeah, probably in a while. I'm looking forward to this one. I don't know what to expect from this because South Dakota State has been looking kind of suspect. They did struggle on the road against Youngstown State. They only won 35-14 against Murray, but with a game like this, it's probably look ahead, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Were they playing like a second string, possibly?
I don't know about that far, but I mean, this game is a look ahead game. I mean, that game, they were definitely looking ahead to North Dakota State for sure. Because I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, I was going to say South Dakota State's what rank again? Are they?
They are number 2.
They're number 2. Okay.
Yeah, it's 1 and 2.
But there's also some other games I want to point out, especially 2 HBCU games that I feel like need to be mentioned because there's a big rivalry game. And by big, I mean it really means a lot to me and nobody else on this chat or nobody else on this. And that is the Magic City Classic, Alabama State versus Alabama A&M.
I'm a little offended that you don't think I would love someone from Georgia, that I wouldn't love a Magic City matchup.
You know what? That's fair. I apologize, Patrick. So yes,
no, but that's a good matchup. That's a good matchup.
Yeah, Alabama State looks better on paper for sure, but either way, that could be a fun one. But the one that I'm actually looking a little bit forward to, more than that, I'm not saying that's a bad one, but the implications of this one's kind of intriguing for me. The MEAC matchup between Delaware State going to North Carolina Central.
Ooh.
So basically, it is the first in the MEAC versus the second. That I said, Deshaun Jackson has already done wonders with Delaware State to where I'm watching their games again because I don't know if you guys realize how bad Delaware State were. They were like bad.
Yeah.
So
Deshaun Jackson would have never gotten that job otherwise.
No, like they needed a.
And that's not a knock on Deshaun Jackson. That was more the lack of experience as a head coach. And it's like well, we're going to try to see what we can do, and and we're going to think outside the box, and he's done a great job.
Yeah, so having him there, I definitely is a nice shot in the arm. But just to give you an idea what their last 2 seasons were. Actually, no, I'll even go further than that. Their last, I'll tell you what. I'll just say this. Their last winning season was 2012 at 6-5.
Wow.
Here's their records after that: 5-6, 2-10, 1-10, 0-11, 2-9, 3-8, 2-10, 2-3, COVID year, 5-6, 5-6, 1-10, 1-11.
Great. Dang.
Right now, 4-3. So yeah, this is definitely
So he's essentially doubled the win total of a lot of years.
yes. They have one more in this 1 year than they have in the past. In the past 3 years. So this is going to be the game that we'll really see how good they are, to see if they can contend, because their losses have not been terrible, and I think that's going to be a fun game to watch. And we will definitely be picking those 3 games I just mentioned.
Well, and there's something to be said to not to lose respectably, right? I mean, it's you don't get too down when you lose games like that. If you feel like you're in it, you still retain belief. So, yeah. So I mean, and for a program that's been used to losing, it's almost a boost to not lose as badly. I know that sounds sad to say, but I mean sometimes that's what it takes.
Because here are their 3 losses. They lost to at Delaware 35-17,
Mm-hmm.
which Delaware,
The Blue Hens are a good team. The Blue Hens are a decent team.
they're a good team. They're also an FBS now, so I mean there's a kind of a budget boost there.
Yeah,
They
great
lost
logo.
they lost at Sacred Heart 35-31. They probably should have won that game. And then they lost at Monmouth, at ranked Monmouth 49-38.
And Monmouth beat the brakes off of who was that? Was it UMass?
No, it wasn't UMass. Monmouth
No.
beat the brakes off of who did we watch them last?
I'm gonna kick myself because it was
Stony Brook.
a team out of Rhode Island.
No, they beat Stony Brook 49-21. They beat Towson 42-31. Villanova 51-33. So they've defense does not exist, but their closest game actually, minus the loss to Charlotte, is Delaware State.
Okay, well,
That's not true. They lost by 3 to Colgate. I should have said that first.
well, that's toothpaste. Do they? Does Monmouth? We had Monmouth. We had a game that we picked Monmouth. That was one of our pick games a few weeks
Yes,
ago.
that was the Monmouth Villanova game.
Was that what it was? Okay.
So yeah, we have not picked the Delaware State game yet. So we will be picking that one next week or this week. So do some research on what you can with these 2 teams. I don't know if this game's going to be on ESPN Plus. I hope it is. I'd really like to watch this one. I'm definitely watching the Magic City Classic because Oklahoma State's playing Texas Tech this week, and that's not going to look pretty. And that's going to be a spread game for this too. So
They might drop behind Ferris State.
may as well at this point.
Man, I know we'll talk about it tomorrow night, but speaking of Ferris State, I felt so bad this past weekend for Trinidad Chambliss. Oh, anyways, I won't harp on that, but former Ferris State quarterback Trinidad Chambliss.
Now we actually, speaking of Ferris State, they have a big game this weekend too. Are you guys familiar with the Anchor Bone Classic?
Anchor Bone Classic.
It is the matchup between ranked Ferris State and also highly ranked Grand Valley State.
Ooh, I'd like to watch that.
So I don't know. Maybe we have to throw a Division II game in there just for fun, because that's probably going to be one of the better ones.
Oh, by the way, sorry to interrupt. Eric just texted. He said, "Please throw a D2 in there." he loves that. Just so we're clear. I don't know if you guys saw that. He just sent that to me.
Hey, I was about to say, he must have just sent that to you because I don't see that.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, he just sent that to me and said, tell Virgil Brooks. Oh, okay. So Virgil, he wanted me to tell you.
He does use my full name in text, yes.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about. Yeah, we'll do D1, we'll do D2, we'll do D3. We'll just be slinging D all over the place here. Gotcha.
Can we do?
That was perfect.
Can we do D12 as well?
D12 is not a conference.
It's a rap group, though.
It is a rap group, but it's not a conference. I could do the other one I thought about doing. There is an AIA team I do kind of follow because my boss's son is offensive lineman for a team called Lindsey Wilson, and they are in the top 10 in AIA.
You know who I follow is Reinhardt.
Reinhardt?
Yep.
Yeah, I think
my sister got a full ride to Reinhardt. So
I think Lindsey Wilson beat Reinhardt this year.
Well, I mean, most people do in football. So yeah,
that's true. But no, that is it for FCS.
Because my favorite thing about Reinhardt is they have a shirt that says "Where is Waleska?" And of course, as baseball fans, we know about Waleska. So,
well, Waleska is where the Wild Things were, not are anymore.
Exactly. I could say that in most chats, and people would be like, "What are you talking about?" And you two know.
Oh my God! Seriously?
Did he just give up a home run?
No. That was.
I know it's not the Houston-Seattle. I know it's not the Houston-Seattle game he's talking about.
Well, he's watching the game and spoiling it for me. Oh, that was a bad call.
And watch him get in the umpire's face too, man.
Yeah, that was a bad call.
He got in the umpire's face and chewed his ass out as he walked out of the box.
Which is not like Suarez, but I don't blame him. I mean, in this case, let me see.
I mean, that's a 72-mile-an-hour curveball that's out of the strike zone, and he called it for his third strike.
It was closer than I thought it was, though.
It was closer than, but it
was a ball, though. It was a ball. Yeah. I tell you, I'm going to be objective with my team. I'm going to be objective because if it was my team,
sorry, Virgil, I sidetracked us.
That's okay.
I just looked up and saw him in the face of the umpire, and I was like, "What is he doing?" You don't normally see that.
I mean, that was a nasty pitch, but
yeah.
I was about to wrap up because that's it for FCS talk. Talking about the games for next week. Let's say we'll be having more thoughts on that, going through our picks. So we'll be definitely being focusing on that because D1 for me, it's not really interesting. I mean, there's a lot of interesting games, yes.
Why is it not? Why is it not?
Because we're about to be slaughtered in Lubbock, Patrick.
I don't know.
No, I know.
These days, it's more like whoa pokes.
Like when I saw Arizona State,
we're going to be Virgil and I are going to be go pokes till we're not on this earth. Go pokes all the way, baby.
Like I told a friend yesterday, they may be 1-6, but they're 7-0 in my heart.
I love that.
But no, after the Texas Tech Arizona State game, I was saying to myself, "Oh man, I feel sorry for the next team that's to play Tech after a loss like that." And guess who that is?
It's Oklahoma State playing Texas Tech.
That's Oklahoma State at Texas Tech.
But you know what? It's going to be okay, Virgil, because you and I are going to go to Eskimo Joe's and get some of those fries that I've been promised, and we're going to have a good time.
I'm telling you, if you show up for baseball around the clock, I will make a separate trip to Stillwater.
You're making it very difficult for me to not show up for baseball around the clock.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've already committed. So.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, definitely gonna get going on that.
But I might not make it through the night because I don't know. Quite frankly, I probably don't think any of you would make it through like a 24-hour night with me, unless I just tape my mouth shut. So
I have earplugs. Don't worry.
That's okay. Well, Donnie hates me, so
no.
So I know he wouldn't last with me because
don't group me in there with Eric.
No, you guys know, like, when I'm scorekeeping, like, I can tune out like almost anything.
You do a very good job of tuning me out, and I applaud you for it. I think it's great.
Hey,
Tune
you'll
me
keep
out
me
too.
awake.
I was gonna say,
I'll be good.
well, yeah, like Rhonda would make you be nice to me.
No.
Yeah, because
I thought you weren't able to make it, Donnie. I thought you had other stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to be there.
That's what I thought.
That's why he can take it. He goes, hey, I can take you for 24 hours. I'm not even going to be there.
It wouldn't bother me at all.
See, we need to get Ed there so we can do like a DHC show while there, like at 2:00 in the morning.
Oh, that'd be fun. Well, shoot, we've already kind of done a DHC show at 2:00 in the morning. Well, I mean, Donnie talked it up and never showed up, but
I had my phone on silent and I was gone.
Sure. We'll go with
Yeah,
that.
I actually woke up at the time because I had to.
And I was in the chat for like half of it, and then I showed up, and then they're like, "You should have gotten on earlier."
Yeah,
Because I
got
got
it
it that morning. I started watching the replay of it, and Rhonda's like, "You got FOMO, don't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I wish I'd have been there."
I almost showed up like in a sleep cap, just like as a joke, but it's like I forgot I don't have one of those. So they just saw me in all my natural hair glory, all messed up.
I thought you looked great personally.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I was asleep for like 30 minutes when they were on, and then I just woke up and saw they were live, and I'm like, well, let's do this.
Yeah, well,
you could have done the best Ferris Bueller if you come in there with the white T-shirt and the robe. You just look in the camera like, "Go home. It's over. What are you doing?"
Should have done that. Well, like I said, that is it for FCS talk. I have no other soccer stuff. Is there anything that we have not talked about you guys would like to talk about? I know hockey is going on, but Preds are very disappointed again. So
the Ducks got off to a horrible weekend too. They lost to the Blackhawks. I was like, ouch.
Like Ed talked about this morning, the Hurricanes are undefeated. Florida's doing pretty good, but we'd like to stick to more of the minor leagues here. The Checkers swept the Iowa Wild on Friday and Saturday, so that was fun. Rhonda and I got to go to the Friday night game. The Greensboro Gargoyles opened up their, the start of their team, the beginning of their franchise with a game the other night. They had 11,000 people at that hockey game for an ECHL game.
I love that.
Yeah, it was like 11,398, and I almost told Rhonda, you know what? We could have helped them get to 11,400 if we'd have gone on Sunday.
Havoc's first game is on Saturday against Pensacola.
Who's this?
Huntsville Havoc.
Oh, I love that. The Havoc logo is so fire.
The new one or the old one?
I want to say it's the old one.
Okay, because I have a problem with the new one.
Oh, there's one of them. I forget which one it is. I'm not very well versed in my minor league hockey logos, but
the new one just came out this year. So
then it's the old one. Then it's the old one.
The new one just I don't know. It when I first see it, it's like, hey, NC State has a hockey team.
Oh yeah.
I remember you talking about that one now. Yeah. It does look a lot like that.
Don't the Huntsville Havoc also do like a partnership with the Rocket City Trash Pandas?
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll have the collab jerseys.
Well, I'm looking forward to trying to get to all of the South Carolina teams at the various levels this year. I've never, in all the years they've had the Stingrays here, I've never gone to a Stingrays game. I don't know why. I just never have. I should have.
Where are they at?
Charleston.
But
I'm going to definitely get to one of their games. I want to get to a Swamp Rabbits game. I'm kind of targeting when they each play the Savannah Ghost Pirates, since that's one of the feeder teams for Charlotte.
Yeah, I want to hear your opinion of the Swamp Rapids when you go.
Yeah, I've not made it to one of them, so I'm definitely looking forward to getting up there and checking that out. And then I want to get back over to Athens, Patrick. So I'm keeping an eye on the Rock Lobster schedule.
Yeah, Virgil, it's been a dream on my list for to see a hockey game with Donnie. He just never invites me to go.
Well, he's also probably going to go to the Macon Mayhem and just not tell you about it.
He will.
No, I wouldn't do that. And then Florence Ice Cats started their tenure this year too, and so I'm looking forward to trying to get to one of their games soon. A lot of good hockey.
And what league are they in?
They're in the Federal Prospect Hockey League, so it's kind of like I guess it would be the equivalent of an MLB partner league. They are an independent league, but they've had guys that have gotten drafted off, or I guess signed off of their teams to ECHL, AHL contracts. So yeah, it's just kind of like a partner league a little bit. In fact, this year they have adopted the NHL rules for the majority of their rules, if for that makes any sense. Apparently, they have a lot of their own independent rules, more like I guess local league rules or something.
Mhm.
But they're kind of falling more in line with NHL, although they do have a little more aggressive or lax, I guess if you want to look at it this way, fighting rules. So it's an aggressive league. They're not quite as step in and stop the fight as quick as you can as ECHL and AHL are.
That makes sense.
Donnie, are you going to go to a Macon Whoopie game?
No. Not.
All right.
Maybe
that?
back in the day. Maybe back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Man,
I
I
didn't realize okay, so this league has the Danbury Hat Tricks. Okay. I wonder where they were.
Yeah, they've actually got a pretty broad league. If you look at the map of the league,
I don't have a map. Oh, excuse me. I don't have a map, but I have the teams up. So we got Biloxi, Monroe. I'm assuming that's Louisiana.
let's see. Let me pull it up here.
It would make sense geographically.
Yeah, if you look them up, if you search Federal Prospect Hockey League, and there's a map, a league map of all the logos. I don't know all the teams. So you got Biloxi Breakers, you've got Baton Rouge Zydeco, which I think is a dumb name. You've got Columbus, you've got Athens in Georgia. You now have the Ice Cats here. You've got the Twin City Thunderbirds that used to be Winston-Salem Thunderbirds, where they changed their logo and name to Twin City this year. The Blue Ridge Bobcats, which are kind of in, I think they're in Wytheville, Virginia, actually.
They
right
are.
below, yeah.
I looked that up because for some reason I thought when I was doing research on the Marion Hungry Mothers, I thought they had a hockey team close, and that may have been the name.
Yeah, that would have been because Wytheville is very close to Marion, actually. Yeah. I drove through Wytheville every time I drove to Cleveland and back because I-77 goes right through there. But,
Is that when you lived in Ohio? Is that when you lived in Ohio?
Part-time, yeah.
Okay.
So you've got the Hat Tricks that are in Connecticut. You do have two teams in New York. I don't have their names here in front of me.
One's Binghamton.
Binghamton, and then there's one that looks like it's up near Buffalo area, possibly, or maybe not quite that far up. You've got the it looks like Port Huron Prowlers, and you've got another one with a heavy metal guitar-looking logo. Which again, I don't know all the team names, so I'm just looking through this map. But you've got another one in Michigan. You've got Indiana Sentinels. And then there's one out in Nebraska, and that's a pretty wicked-looking logo right there.
That is the Topeka Scarecrows.
Oh, Kansas. I'm sorry, that's not Nebraska. That's Kansas. Yeah, the Topeka Scarecrows. That's a fantastic logo right there.
You think Brett modeled for that logo?
Possibly.
The who did?
That
Brett
did.
Oh, for sure. And
Any
by the
from-
way, can we let the record state that how long is it going to take Prophet to figure out that Donnie didn't know what the state of Kansas looked like?
Oh, I'm not living that one down. We're gonna have to remind him on that.
So, Eric, you live in Nebraska?
So how are the Nebraska State Wildcats doing this year?
Come on, I just said the wrong name.
Are the Nebraska Jayhawks?
I'm an old man.
No, the Lincoln. How about the Lincoln State Shockers?
Oh man, okay. We are definitely going to get a lot of mileage out of that. So thanks for that,
Well,
Donnie.
I've got time to come up with some things.
So I can't figure out who the Rocker team is right here, because on the list of teams, that
Which
logo,
one?
the one in Michigan that has the
Oh, okay, the rock and roll one.
yeah, because they don't have that on the team logos, and I'm wondering if that is what the Twin City Thunderbirds are, because I do not see that logo.
Could be. No, Twin City Thunderbirds is in North Carolina. They're in Winston-Salem.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know what that team is then.
Yeah,
Because
because they used to be the Winston-Salem Thunderbird, or no, they used to be the Carolina Thunderbirds. Excuse me, they were Carolina Thunderbirds in Winston-Salem, and they changed it to Twin City for Winston and Salem.
Okay, so it says MCR down here, so Motor City something, because that looks like
Oh, that's machine guns.
no. That first off, raise your fist, but that's not it. That is, it says dormant for 2025-2026 season. So let's find out.
Okay. So I was saying
Yeah,
there's 14 teams. So how many's on the map?
15. It is Motor
Yeah.
City Rockers. They play in Fraser, Michigan,
Okay.
but they are dormant for this season. Which is a shame because I like that logo.
It could be just to keep it even. It seems like there was another team maybe that dropped. Don't know. I'd have to do a little bit more digging.
All the other teams, like the PD one's still there. Both the Louisiana teams are there. Sentinels are there. Scarecrows are there. Prowlers are there. Yeah, I think it's just that team dropped.
Yeah, because PD is a brand new team this year. So anyway, it's a good league. I mean, we enjoyed the Rock Lobster game we went to last year, and like I said, they played the Thunderbirds actually in that game.
Hey, Patrick, did you enjoy the Rock Lobster game that Donnie went to?
I did. It was wonderful. I mean, it changed my life, honestly.
I knew it
You
would.
know? Yep. And and then next thing I knew, I was back home. It was like an out of body experience, as if I
It's
wasn't
like Star Trek. You teleported there and
Yeah.
teleported back.
Yeah. I said, "Beam me up, Donnie."
All right. Anything else we'd like to discuss? I know Ed's not here for Formula One, so I think he's out for the day, out for the night.
Yeah. So I think Christian Horner just hasn't picked a team yet. Unless you heard something, Donnie, you watched more than I did this weekend. Does Christian Horner have a team picked for next season yet as the team director?
I didn't watch anything significant with it. I just saw one of the sprint races on Saturday, and two guys got wrecked out pretty early in that. And that's about all I know, to be honest with you. I didn't get a chance to dig into too much more than that.
You said
I was
sprint.
actually paying more to the soccer game.
Well, I mean, you said sprint. Virgil wouldn't have watched that. He was always more of an MCI guy rather than sprint. So
MCI, man, that's a reach.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
yeah, it's I still remember the big companies being AT&T, MCI, and Sprint. Yes, guys, I'm old. Okay, so
Hey, my first phone was Singular, so I mean, like my first car was
yeah.
Singular. So yeah, I
I
know
remember
that.
remember Cellular One.
Yep.
What about
Oh,
Nextel?
Yeah, I remember Nextel. Remember Altel?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember that one. SBC was another one I remember because they were
SBC, yeah.
always
Southern
sponsored
Bell.
Bell.
Southern Bell, Pacific Bell. I mean,
Yeah. Well, since we're talking about dead phone carriers, I think it's definitely time to call it a night.
Well, there's only one out left, Virgil.
Yeah,
Only one out.
Is anyone out?
I mean, and of all people, it has to be Julio Rodriguez up at the plate, and I'm like, oh,
It's 2 outs, top of the ninth. Toronto's up by a run, so they get one more out.
and
They
he's
win this-
and he's about 60 seconds in front of me.
so I could really mess with him either way this goes.
He can. Oh God.
I believe you said that the Blue Jays were cooked at some point.
I did. I sure did. It just wasn't looking good. But Jeff
You know he's
Hoffman's
the
in the night.
he's got a master class in reverse psychology. You know that, right?
I'm very well aware. Like I can tell when he's
Well-
bullshit now. So
No, well, I did not say I was going to lose in fantasy football, and I did.
you
Quite
did say
handily.
that, but no, at the time you texted me about it, you had like a 52-48 chance of winning.
Well, not now.
When you were talking to me, who was at a 10% chance by Sunday morning.
Yeah, well, you also didn't lose by 40.
3-2, 2 outs.
37 ain't any better.
3-2. You were ruining this for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Sorry.
No,
Yes,
well,
he did.
the thing is,
I was about to say the Jays players are about to jump out of their skin in that dugout right now. They
yeah,
can't
well,
stand it.
well, I was gonna say, wouldn't you? Like,
Are you
and Jeff
serious?
Hoffman,
Are you serious? Donnie, I can't believe that happened. Are you? Oh my God! What a joke! Man.
God almighty.
I know, right?
Wow.
wouldn't surprise me with Jeff Hoffman. I love Jeff, but he gave up the most runs among relievers.
I mean, listen to his name, I guess.
And he's about to not give one up. I had to wait till I saw the swing on his camera on his screen back there.
The moment Donnie, you were smiling, it was like lose that shit eating grin, please. He's gonna know we're joking with him.
Well, I was making sure that he was looking away from the screen. That's why I was giving you the thumbs up, not saying anything. I'm like,
Oh, there's a guy at the Seahawks game that's showing bought an iPad watching the game, and they just showed the strikeout on there.
oh, I bet that's
Place is
bad.
about to. That place actually, I don't think it's been updated yet. That place
Honestly, but as happy as I am, I feel really bad for Seattle fans. That's just another chapter in a brutal time.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough for them.
Yeah, that's a tough one to come back from.
But you know who I also feel bad for?
Who?
Dodgers, because they're about to get their ass dog walked.
I can only hope.
I'm hoping to. Well, congratulations, Patrick. You are now a fan of a World Series team.
Well, never thought I'd live to see the day again, but that's a really, really good Mariners team they just beat.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they've got a lot to be proud of the way they
They
the way
should.
they played all year long. I mean,
And
I
that should
picked
be
them
the
to
first
win.
thing. That should be the first thing that people talk about too.
Yeah, I mean, I picked them to win the division last year, but they didn't. I picked them to win again this year, which they did, and they've been a solid team. And I mean, they still got Cal Raleigh to build around. They've got a lot of good pieces. They need, like a lot of teams, they just need those couple of players or maybe that extra pitcher or something right now.
But we will dive into this more tomorrow. So thank you for joining us tonight. Patrick, congratulations to your team.
By the way, real quick, one more thing on Toronto. Did you realize when Toronto made what was it they said? I'm trying to get the stat right. So in yesterday's game, Seattle hit into a double play with bases loaded in back-to-back innings.
It was 3 innings in a row.
Well, it was 2 in a row. It was 3 and 5. I don't think it was 3 in a row.
I thought it was in 3 straight innings. Either way,
Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, that the last time that happened in a game was 1940.
How much do you remember that game?
Yeah, it was a blur back then. Really, I mean, everything I saw was black and white. It was.
They came out of prohibition. He was, he was drinking, and so
I was still dealing with all the underground liquor and stuff. So
speakeasy.
I just remember Dan Patrick talking about that today. It was one of the stats he shared. I thought there was 2 innings in a row, but then they actually did it a third time in the 5th inning.
So it was actually 3 straight innings.
Oh, it was 3 straight. Okay.
Yeah, they talked about how
Well, maybe the last time it was done had only been done 2 innings in a row. That's why he mentioned it, and then he
Yeah,
said
I
there was
found
one
it.
already.
I found an article, so I'm going to see if I can find the answer. real quick.
they talked about how I think the Mariners had only hit in like eight double plays with the base. Like there was
Yeah.
something some stat about only 8 double plays all season or something like that. Then they had 3 in 3 innings. So
Well,
it's just
I
crazy
think
what baseball is.
I think the first one was the first double play that what's the pitcher you guys had, the young guy,
Trey Savage.
Savage. That was the first double play ground out that he had given up.
Yeah,
as a,
well, he's
pitcher.
a fly ball. He's a fly ball pitcher. I mean that
Yeah.
just from his arm angle and everything, the way he.
I mean,
the way
just
he-
think of all those runs that Seattle left out there, considering where we're at right this moment. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a lot of runs that they could have potentially gotten, and that game would have been over
Okay.
last night.
So here's the stat. Since 1940, only 3 other teams had hit into an inning-ending double play in 3
Okay.
straight innings in a postseason game.
Postseason. Okay, gotcha.
The Padres in 2005 in LDS, the Reds in the 1995 NLCS, and the Mets in the 1973 World Series. So, pretty impressive.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
All right. So that's a good way to end the show tonight. So we will talk more about this tomorrow as we annoy Donnie about which state is Nebraska and which state is Kansas.
Jeez.
So you did it, not me. So thank
Fly
you for
Wichita, fly Wichita or fly Lincoln? Which one?
exactly, or fly Omaha.
Fly Omaha. There we go. That's even better.
So
Go pop your champagne and enjoy the rest of your evening, Patrick.
thank you all
I
for joining
appreciate
us. Thank you all for joining us. We will be back with a full staff. Maybe even Ed will show up on time. We'll see
Or
tomorrow.
even
So
show up.
take it easy, guys.